1350 WOYK.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swinging a ground ball, rolled to short, Dead's got it, throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 61 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, we start the final series of the season's first half as the Revs host the first playoff entrant in the Atlantic League this season, the Sugarland Skeeters in town. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Michael Marcantonini. Welcome to Revs Baseball. Another scorcher of a night here in downtown York. Maybe not as oppressive heat-wise as the weekend was, but it is another hot one here, and the Revs hosting the Skeeters, who did clinch in incredible fashion this past week at home. They wrapped it up on Sunday. They are first half Freedom Division champs, so one playoff ticket has been punched as they won 6 out of 7 against Lancaster to knock off the Barnstormers, including each of the final 5 in that series. Michael, the Revs, though, is who we obviously focus on, and they have been hot as well, winning 4 in a row until Sunday. Rough game falling behind early against Somerset, but you made their road to the postseason a little bit tougher, taking 3 out of 4 there, 4 straight overall. And really, with the heat and everything, I think Monday's off day came at a good time, but the Revs playing some pretty good baseball leading into that.
Absolutely, and you know, it's almost a shame that they're playing this good of baseball right before the All-Star break, because then there's going to be that 4-day layoff. But the way this team's clicking right now and gelling, the guys that are here look like they're going to be here for a while. This Revs team has a chance to just go out there and relax and play some baseball and know that, hey, look, you didn't win the first half, but last year this team had a dreadful first half and ended up winning the whole thing. This year, you know, 2 games over 500, you have to be happy with that based on what this team's gone through adversity-wise with injuries and roster changes. And just the fact that Sugarland has dominated the league this year, not just the Freedom Division, but the Liberty as well. They're by far the best team in the Atlantic League record-wise, and Lancaster just couldn't close it out. You know, they led for almost the entire first half, but Sugarland got hot at the end, and they end up winning it. But the Revs, I mean, in third place in their own division, but you know, could easily be a first-place team in that Liberty, give or take a couple more games, win-loss record-wise, and you just have to look at that as a positive and go from there.
Yeah, we mentioned it over the weekend. Until Sunday's loss, the Revs were within a half game of Somerset, who is the first-place team in that division. Last year, when the Revs made their mid-season turnaround, we were talking about a team that was 14 games under 500 at the end of the half. Tonight, they entered play 31-29. Sugarland is 39-21, winners of 5 straight. And tonight, in the opener, Dominic Severino gets back into the starting rotation, 4-3 with a 4.53 ERA. Saw him in relief on Saturday. He looked good. He felt great. So they will get him back in the starter's role tonight. Left-hander Ben Grissett goes for the Skeeters. He is 2-2 with an ERA of 4.97. Right now on the field, they are honoring the Revs All-Star selections. If you had not heard yesterday, we will tell you who those selections are coming up after the break. We'll hear from Mays, get his thoughts on those guys selected to the game as well. First pitch tonight is set for 6:30 here in downtown York, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Dale E. Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE Law.com.
This Friday is First Friday in downtown York. Presented by WellSpan Health, First Friday is a monthly celebration of downtown restaurants, cultural venues, and nightlife hotspots. Enjoy live music, food trucks, kids' activities, and more from 5 to 9 p.m. Get to know York again, or for the first time at downtownyorkpa.com.
Presley Ridge believes that strong families are the foundation for strong communities. With compassionate and caring professionals, Presley Ridge offers individual, child, and family therapy in addition to foster care and other in-community services. To learn more about Presley Ridge and their impact on families right here in our community, visit presleyridge.org or call 717-845-6624. That's 717-845-6624.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a Kona Ice birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include a 2-hour feast, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey, a ceremonial first pitch, and a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays in the Kona Ice birthday zone during a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
When your kids are bored, your garage is overflowing, and your patio furniture is on its last legs, you need Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish-crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all year long. Shop our impressive selection of in-stock structures or work with our professionals to customize a made-to-order structure that meets all your needs. Visit Penn Dutch Structures on site at the markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail. That's Penn Dutch Structures on site at the markets at Shrewsbury.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Revs and the Skeeters opening things up here tonight. Final series of the first half here this evening, as the Revs will go up against the first half champs in the Freedom Division. Daryl Henry back with Michael Markey Antonini here on the pregame this evening. And Michael, we had the All-Stars named on, yesterday. The official announcement came out, even though some teams chose to announce theirs on Sunday. But
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? But the All-Star selections made known yesterday, and the Revs will send Wellington Dotel to the game. He's actually, believe it or not, the only member of this group that has been to an Atlantic League All-Star game previously. He was there in 2015, the year that he was Atlantic League Player of the Year. But joined from the position group by Jared Mitchell, who replaces Alexi Casilla, who had a commitment which was established well in advance. And then from the pitching side of things, Robert Carson and Grant Sides. I think Mesa could have been picked if he had a few more games under his belt, especially what he's doing now. But the Revs will be well represented, Michael. They've got those 4 players. Fletch had a previous commitment, but the rest of the coaching staff obviously will be there, from being Atlantic League champs, let alone just the Freedom Division champs last season. Mace, Polo, and Sandy will have it locked down in the dugout. So what do you think when you heard of those 4 that were picked to represent the Revs up at Long Island next week?
Well, I think they definitely got it right with those 4. You mentioned Mesa definitely could be there, especially with what he's done lately. But based on the 4 they did pick and that are going to go, they got it right. Wellington Dotel, absolutely deserving. You look at the 2 pitchers, Robert Carson and Grant Sides. maybe the two most valuable pitchers on the team so far this year, at least out of the bullpen. That's for sure. I mean, the rotation, Carson's been an asset there since he's been moved there. But Grant Sides, I mean, excellent in the back end, and the setup role, closer role, you name it, he's been good in both roles. And then Alexi Casilla, who will not be going to the game but was selected. That's a great pick right there because of what he means to this team, and the production's been there since day one. 7-game hitting streak to start the season. He's up there in multi-hit games. I believe he's tied for second on the team with multi-hit games, but his production's been there all year defensively as well. And then even his replacement, Jared Mitchell, who, looking at the numbers, the batting average is a little low, but he's produced and he's been a table setter at the top of the lineup for the most part. His defense has been nearly flawless, so the guys that are going, and even Alexi, who was selected and will not be there, I think they definitely got it right.
Yeah, well, those four, again, that came out yesterday. If you had not heard, Jared Mitchell, Wellington Dotel, Grant Sides, Robert Carson. Our congratulations to the Revs 4 All-Stars, and Alexi as well, who was voted in, and it is always an exciting day when those announcements are made. You find out who from your team is headed up there, and looking forward to that event at Long Island next week. I know those guys are. We'll take a time out here in the pregame. We'll hear from Mace, get his thoughts on those selections and the matchup with the Skeeters and a whole lot more. Broadway Transmission Manager's Report is coming up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sauble's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace, let's start with yesterday's announcement, the All-Star selections. You've got 4 guys joining you at Long Island next week, and your thoughts on the 4 that were chosen, what they've done with Dotel, Mitchell filling in for Alexi, and you've got Sides and Carson on your pitching staff.
Well, I mean, everybody was deserving, all 5 guys were deserving of getting to go. I mean, Lexi, it was unfortunate he couldn't go because he had some personal stuff he had to take care of, and I knew that a month ago, but I mean, everybody was, very deserving of going. I think those are 5 of the best players, not only in our division, but in the league, and, it'll be an honor to be able to manage those guys, and as well as all the other players from our division. I think we have a really good team, and should be a lot of fun.
Well, one guy who's been really hot, probably just doesn't quite have enough games to qualify, though, but that would be Malky Mesa, and with what he's done here lately, I'm wondering, when you look around the league at the middle of batting orders, how impactful do you think your guy is with what he's done here lately?
Well, I mean, he's been real impactful based on how he's been feeling physically. I'd like to see it, but if he was totally healthy, where he could actually run full go and not have, some issues with his legs once in a while. But, he can hit. I mean, that's why we brought him in here. We knew he could hit, and, he hasn't let us down in that regard. And he has not had consistent at-bats pretty much the whole half because he had to be down for a few days with a quad and then, then a hamstring and then a bunch of other stuff. So, it's just been a question of keeping him healthy enough where he could play all the time, and he's starting to feel better. I think he's starting to come out of it now where we can use him more, and the plan in the second half will be to get him out on the grass, let him play some defense too, and rotate that designated hitter spot around. But right now, the way he's swinging the bat, we need to get him in the lineup, and if that's the best way I can do it, then that's what we'll do.
Well, you played through two of the hottest days of the summer over the weekend. Yesterday was another one, but fortunately it was an off day. Do you think it came at the best time?
Yeah, well, I think so. I mean, we were pretty wore out that weekend. Winning 3 out of 4 from the Patriots, who, they're battling to try to win a half, and to get 3 out of 4 from them coming off a Long Island road trip and getting in late and all those things, and the heat and a day-night doubleheader and on and on and on. And we were in our bullpen a lot last week, so we had some guys that were really used more regularly than normal. So I think yesterday came at the right time.
Sunday, you fell behind in that series finale, and obviously Pat had the really long inning. I'm sure in the heat, that's a disaster for a starting pitcher to try to get through that. But what did you see was going on there with him?
I actually talked to him today. We talked about some things today. I just think maybe he just got frustrated early. I think the bunt base hit kind of started to irritate him a little bit. I think that started it, and then he lost some command, and we hit a guy and walked 2, so we walked in like 3 runs there. That's in some point, and when you're pitching with bases loaded, 2 and 3, 4 hitters in a row, I mean, that's a lot of pressure on the hitter or on the pitcher, because you really can't afford to get behind in the count. The hitter knows that. I mean, and you just have to try to make some really tough pitches. I think we botched a couple defensive plays in there too that inning, and so it was just a multitude of errors. And when it's hot and you're in a 30-pitch inning, I mean, it's usually bad things are going to happen.
Well, we look ahead to tonight. You've got Sugarland coming in. They just completed quite the comeback to win the first half, and with their record being what it is, what are you seeing from them as keys to their success when you look across the field?
Well, I look at it this way. They started the season at home for a week, and they won all 7 games against New Britain. And then last week they had the Barnstormers, and they won 6 out of 7. So in 2 weeks at home, they won over a third of their games. In basically 2 series, they won 13 games. So I don't know what they have win-wise. I guess it's 39. So, they won a third of their games in 2 homestands. So I'm sure their home record is really good this half. I don't remember them losing a whole lot down there. So that's one thing about them. I mean, Inky built that ball club for that ballpark, which was an advantage I probably thought they had last week against the Barnstormers, because the Barnstormer ballpark is set up totally opposite of Sugarland, with right field being short over there and Sugarland's being 10 miles out there and the wind blowing in all the time. So we know, and everybody knows, it's no secret, when you go down there to play, you cannot walk guys and you can't make errors. It's hard to string 3 hits in a row in an inning in that ballpark, and so I really kind of thought that Sugarland might have the advantage going into that series, just because of how the ball teams are put together in their ballpark.
Tonight you've got Dom making the start. I know he said he felt great the other day. What are you looking for with him getting back into the rotation tonight?
Well, I mean, it's warm, definitely warm, so I'm not going to worry about him tightening up. It'll just be a question of maybe a little stamina right now, because he's kind of not been to his full workout in between starts as he was earlier. So this has probably been kicking around for maybe 3 weeks or something like that. He had the one start where we took him out after 5, and then he came back again. Then we had to skip a start, and the last time he went out for 2 innings over the weekend. So we're, I'm just looking to. The main thing is, as long as he feels good during the game, that's one thing. It'll be how he feels tomorrow and Thursday, which will be the tell on if he's really back or not.
All right, Mace. Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
National Anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to thine eyes that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And with that, we are just about set to go tonight. Our thanks to Mace on tonight's Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Anthem tonight performed by Joel Folkemer here before tonight's game at Peoples Bank Park. Second leg of this homestand as the Revs won 3 out of the 4 against Somerset, 4 in a row overall before losing on Sunday, but looking to finish the first half strong this week before starting over 0-0 on Friday night at Southern Maryland. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Flying Feet. For Sugarland, coming in leading the league in hitting and runs scored, it'll be Barrett Barnes in center field leading things off. Colin Walsh, the second baseman, bats second. Derek Norris is the DH hitting third. Courtney Hawkins in left field bats cleanup. Albert Cordero at first base hits fifth. Dennis Phipps in right field is batting sixth. Alvaro Rondon will play short and hit seventh. Javier Betancourt at third base batting eighth. And professional baseball rookie Josh Whistler, he's played in 2 career games. He will catch tonight and bat ninth, catching for Ben Grissett. Skeeters have had a couple of subtractions here recently. Casey Coleman, who was dominant in York a couple of weeks back, signed by the Cubs here just recently, and Kyle Kubica, after Sunday's first half clinching win, he was a pretty versatile and pretty solid bat in their order. He retired. Tonight they are resting Anthony Jansanti, who's been on a tear, Matt Chavez, who's among the league leaders in hitting. But again, it's Barnes, Walsh, Norris, Hawkins, Cordero, Phipps, Rondon, Betancourt, and Whistler. For the Skeeters tonight, that lineup facing Dominic Severino, who is ready to get back into the rotation tonight as he makes his first start since June 17th. And Barnes digs in. The Skeeters in their black jerseys with the white and blue stripes. Revs in the home whites tonight. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is just inside. We are underway. 6:33, the start time tonight. Board says 96, and I believe it. Here's the 1-0, and it cuts down and away. 96 and sunny. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Barnes hitting at 256, 9-game hitting streak for him, 333 the last 9. The 2-0, and he pours it across. There's a strike. Our plate ump tonight is James Clayton. Brian Page at first, Silvio Martinez the umpire at third base. Severino 4-3, 4.52 ERA. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball up in the zone, right past Barnes. Dom makes his second start against the Skeeters. The first was in Sugarland June 3rd. A little bit of a rough one. He was coming off that illness. He deals. And a line drive, left center field. That's down for a hit. Dotel will come over to glove. And Barrett Barnes with a 10-game hitting streak opens tonight's game with a single to left.
There's to be some rust expected for Dom. He hasn't started a game in a few weeks and came out of the bullpen and looked good the other day. But going up against the Sugarland lineup that's been rolling and also taking them out to start a game for the first time in a while are 2 adjustments that Dom will have to make.
And now here is Colin Walsh, who's also been hot. Really, their whole lineup has been hot. First pitch, Barnes runs, it's low. The throw from Cruz to second, on target, but a hair late. As Dent slapped the tag down, but Barnes had the hands in, according to Silvio Martinez, his 6th stolen base. Skeeters are 4th in the league as a team in that department.
Didn't waste any time there picking up second base. Barnes got a pretty good jump. Cruz was a little bit slow getting to second base, but the throw was good and it was on line.
Walsh, a switch hitter, batting left. Here's the 1-0. And he swings, pops it up foul, backing out of play to the third base side. He's got a 21-game on-base streak going, the league's second longest active streak. His last 17 games, he's batting .340. He's been drawing a lot of walks as well. Overall, he's up to .287 at the plate. No home runs, 13 driven in. He is tied for 4th in the league in walks. And Severino will lift the leg, turn, and look Barnes back. Walsh is the K-man tonight. That is a very important anecdote to pass along. There's the stretch from Severino. A couple looks back. The 1-1. And a swing and a foul back off the net. Pretty good fastball there. Walsh a little late on it. Dom with 2 scoreless innings in Game 1 on Saturday. He threw 29 pitches in that outing. Had 4 ground outs. Gave up only 1 base hit. And that was pretty much served as a bullpen session for him leading into this start tonight. He felt great afterward, which was huge. He's ready. 1-2, and a breaking ball missed way outside. For as good as he's been, it's been a turbulent first half. He had that terrible stomach bug in late May, and the start at Sugar Land was impacted because he was still recovering and couldn't go through his normal 5-day routine leading up to it. And then he had the rib manipulation. There's the 2-2. And a line drive at second. Right there is Alexi. He'll turn and stare Barnes back. Catch is made. 1 away. Another line drive, but Dom will take it. 1 out here in the first.
Sure, anything to keep Colin off base. He was a pest the last series that Sugar Land was here. Couldn't get him out. He's a guy who has a patient eye and will take his walk. So Dom doing a good job there against him. Mixing pitches, staying in the zone. And you're right about the turbulent first half for Dom. Started off on a great pace. I mean, was dominating out there on the hill. Was in the top 10 in the league in ERA, and then the stomach bug, and then the rib thing, and it's almost like a tale of 2 halves within 1 half for him.
Here's Derek Norris DHing tonight. First pitch is down and away. Seems like Norris catches just about every game, the former big league all-star, but they have clinched, so Pete Incaviglia resting 2 of his top hitters tonight. Norris is DHing. Josh Whistler is in there. His 3rd pro game. All 3 catchers are playing tonight. Severino the pitch. It is a called strike, outside corner. We have Albert Cordero playing at first base tonight. Seen him play a lot of third base, and actually not a whole lot of catcher this year because Norris is in there almost every day. And he has started to pick it up at the plate. 368 the last 10. Against the Revs, 364 with a home run here. A long set, and the 1-1 time was called right as Dom lifted his leg. He went as far as striding and landing. Softly, fortunately, he did not throw it. I want to see a pitcher hurt himself on something like that. Norris overall hitting at .258, 5 home runs. He's 3rd in the league in walks with 33. Patient hitter. 1-1, and that misses inside, so he's already seen 3 pitches in this at-bat. Are they doing some firework testing in York somewhere?
I guess so. I can't think of what else it would be. See some smoke out there in left center.
Ah, yes. There's a nice cloud of smoke. There's the stretch. And the 2-1. Swing and a foul back upstairs. And Severino evens things up. That first start against Sugar Land, 4 2/3, 6 runs, 5 earned, but again, he wasn't quite right. last time out, June 17th at Southern Maryland. As far as a starting role, 5 innings, 1 run. He looked sharp, and I remember wondering why he was done after 5. Sure enough, the next day we found out he needed some work done. As he stretches, couple looks, delivers, breaking ball lofted high in the air, foul, and this is out of play, well off to the left. And originally, they weren't sure how serious the rib thing would be. They didn't know what to expect, but they did know that if all went well, and that if he felt well, then they could potentially get him back quickly. All of those things were ifs, though, and fortunately, I think the best case scenario played out. Didn't miss much time. He's ready. Another 2-2, and a swing and a bouncing ball to short. Barnes takes off for third, and Dent charging. Ball hit off the end of his glove, stays right there, right near the end of the infield grass. It'll be probably an infield hit for Norris. First and third with 1 out. That is what it'll be. As it was hit softly, Dent really had to charge, and unfortunately the ball stayed there.
That's tough for Dent because he has to worry about Barnes coming in front of him. He's also back and has to come up on that. Norris got a good break out of the box and runs pretty well. So it was going to have to be a bang-bang play to get him, and at least now you have the double play possibility in order.
Now they will have to face Courtney Hawkins with first and third, the cleanup man. It's the first pitch. Curveball hit him right in the back. And Severino, a couple of times with that curve, it slipped and it stayed way to his arm side. In this case, in on Hawkins and right off his back. A hit by pitch will load the bases for Albert Cordero.
And it's the breaking pitches specifically that are probably a little bit of an issue, or going to be, with Dom out here today. Just hasn't had a lot of work since mid-June, and in-game work. I mean, he's been doing bullpen sessions and whatnot, but it's tough to be sharp with everything right out of the get-go back in your first start in a while, and the breaking balls are what take a little bit longer.
So loaded with 1 out. Cordero digs in, another switch hitter. First pitch, big swing and a foul tip right off Luis Cruz's face mask. As he stood up wincing, and he'll walk it off and remember where he is, hopefully. I don't even know if that was face mask, if it got the shoulder maybe. I think face mask, judging from the sound of it.
Sometimes it's just a little bit of a stunner, and you just kind of have to regroup, get up, and get the helmet off, get some air. We're going through one of those stretches right now where it is just not fun to be a catcher.
No. I wonder how much weight they lose during a game. Severino ready from the first base side of the rubber. He fires. And a swing and a miss. Fastball right by him. Cordero hitting .286, 6 home runs. He's been a pest of the Revs over the years, more so last season. He was pretty tough out for them. Done a decent job on him this year. There's the stretch from Severino. And the 0-2. It is just off the plate away. Good spot to miss. Severino included. Counted it up today. The Revs have basically lost 150 man games due to injury this year, if you look at it the way that hockey teams do.
So you did add that up, all of that. Wow.
I did add that up. What a joyous experiment that was. Here's the pitch, and it's slapped on the ground toward third, just foul. Cuevas off the line a bit with Cordero hitting left-handed, and he bounced it right near the chalk, but wide of the bag. Played on James Clayton, staring right down the line, made that call. And that takes into account all of the DL time, a handful of inactive time for guys that were inactive due to injury, but maybe not long enough to actually go DL. And it's going to keep climbing because Jay Goss, Frank DeGiulio Jr. are out for the year. There's the stretch and the 1-2. Swing at a line drive, hit hard right field. Mitchell back on it, over his head and gone. A line drive grand slam onto the front of the lawn in right field, just next to Cannonball Charlie. And Albert Cordero, his 7th of the year, is a first inning slam. And the Skeeters out to a 4-0 lead.
Well, that hurts. It really does. And you just get behind early against a team as good as Sugar Land, and it's tough to come back. Now, it's very early. The Revs got within 1 run, 2 Sundays ago when Sugar Land was here, and they took a 5-0 lead, or 6-0 lead, but then the Revs got within 1. But it's just an uphill battle, and when you get down early, it's just that much harder to put a comeback together.
Here is Dennis Phipps, who backs away a pitch inside. First grand slam allowed by the Revs this season. There's the wind, the 1-0, and a swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there. The Skeeters lead the league in team batting, runs scored, home runs. That's their 55th. Doubles, walks, on base. 1-1, and a fastball called strike at the knees. And they play most of their games in a pretty pitcher-friendly park. It's the wind from Severino, the pitch, and a breaking ball chopped foul, third base side. But on the other side, they also lead the league in ERA, lowest batting average against. I mean, they are just across the board. If you look at the numbers, no secret why they are in already. Pitch from Doms, swinging a foul back to the top of the net. Eventually overtaking Lancaster. It took until the last week head-to-head, but they are now 27-9 at home. There's the pitch. Breaking ball almost hit him. They say it did. They say it brushed his left forearm, with Phipps trying to spin out of the way. And that'll put him on the second hit by pitch of the inning. Still only 1 out here in the top of the first. Dom is 27 pitches deep.
It's not going to be a long night for Dom, and that's not to say that he can't get out of this inning with just a 4 and then go on a roll throwing up zeros, but the pitch counts up. It's a hot night. It's his first start back. Can't imagine he goes too much longer, and that could be the reason why Logan Williamson wasn't listed as a starter for this series.
Here's Rondon. He grounds the first one to second. Alexi feeds, Dent turns, and it's just in time. And Severino exactly what he needed. His 28th pitch gets 2 outs. A 4-6-3 double play as Rondon bounced right into it. But the Skeeters score 4 in the top of the first, 3 hits. Nobody left. At the end of a half inning, it's Sugar Land 4, York coming up.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where is the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Now the Revs in an early hole tonight, 4-0. facing Ben Grissett, who they did have some success against a couple weeks back, or a week and a half back. Wasn't even 2 weeks ago that Sugar Land was here. Revs lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. Jared Mitchell in right field leads off. Alexi Casilla, second baseman, hits second. Wellington Dotel in left field will hit third. Melky Mesa, the DH, is batting cleanup. Jose Cuevas at third base will bat fifth. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, hitting sixth. Michael Burgess Sr. at first base bats seventh. Luis Cruz will do the catching and hit eighth. And Travis Witherspoon is in center field batting ninth. Again, Mitchell, Casilla, Dotel, Mesa, Cuevas, Dent, Burgess, Cruz, and Witherspoon for the Revs as Grissett misses down low, his first pitch of the night. Against Mitchell, who comes in at 246, did have a couple of hits on Sunday. 1-0, and he shortens and takes a strike on the inner half.
Nice, here we go.
Mitchell, despite the average being lower than where he'd like it, it's been a good leadoff man, leads the league in walks. Pitch is poked on the ground, shortstop right there is Rondon. He gloves, guns, and got him at first. One away, Grissett with the leadoff out. That'll bring up Alexi Casilla, who Mitchell replaced on the All-Star team. Alexi had a previous commitment. Mays said he knew about it a month ago, knew he wouldn't be able to attend, but good honor nonetheless. First pitch to Alexi is right down the chute for a strike. Grissett 2-2, 4.97 ERA, 9 outings, 7 starts. The lefty fires, and a ground ball to third, and played by Betancourt, backing up, throws off his heels and got it there. He backed up a step to play the hop. A lot of times that'll lead to a ball playing the fielder, but he stayed with it, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, usually when you back up, it's over, but he got a decent hop where he was still able to corral it, and it benefited him to back up there. But he's able to make the play.
Here's Dotel with 2 down. So Mitchell, first in the order, is going to the All-Star game. Casilla second, was voted in. Dotel third, he's going. Mesa fourth, could have gone with enough games played. First pitch to Dotel is a called strike. The top to the middle of this Revs order has gotten better and better. The 0-1, and a swing and a ground ball toward first. Just fair, knocked down by Cordero. Knocked it away, and Dotel will reach. It hopped right along the line, right past the bag, and Cordero had to reach to his left. He swiped down at it, knocked it down, back behind him, and Grissett then ended up having to chase it and couldn't make a play. It will be an infield hit.
He's lucky he got a glove on that, because that's an awkward play going towards the line like that. Took a hop up and he knocked it down, otherwise it could have been a double. But Dotel legging it all the way.
And now Melky Mesa, who blasted 2 home runs, drove in 4 on Sunday. First pitch is down low, a ball. The day that he hit the single off the center field fence, and then I think it was 1 inning later, the home run over it. The first one, the single, was off of Grissett. He drove one 400-some feet off the lefty about 9 days ago. Pitch is swung on, rolled towards short. Rondon to his left. He's got it. Shovels to second to end the inning. Fielder's choice. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Now we've played an inning tonight. It's the Skeeters 4, the Revs nothing.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
I'm a meal delivery engineer, a server, and I love it. But now, with Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery, this place is livelier than 2-for-1 app night. See, while I guide my guests from nachos to gnocchi, they're picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and goes with everything on the menu, except maybe the 4-alarm fries. Stay away from those. Keno, it's here. Play it at your favorite bar or restaurant. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
For nothing, Sugarland leads. We head to the second inning. There is no first half hangover for them just yet here tonight as they celebrated on Sunday evening, winning that series finale against Lancaster. We'll keep you updated on the Liberty race tonight. New Britain at Long Island, Somerset at Southern Maryland. Javier Betancourt leads off the second. First pitch to him is a little bit low, 4-0 here. But Somerset's got a magic number of 2 entering play tonight. If they win at Southern Maryland and New Britain loses, then that race ends as well. Pitch is just low on Betancourt, 2-0. Betancourt's been the backup infielder, utility guy. 20 games played, just 11 starts. Here's the 2-0, and he swings and misses. That fastball at 88. And we'll keep an eye on Dom. It was a 29 pitch first inning. Not really the way he wanted to open up tonight. The 2-1, and a ground ball to third right at Cuevas. Hit sharply, but he's got it. He sends it across. Burgess drop steps into foul ground, but holds the bag. And there's one away here in the second inning. The Skeeters picked the right time to get hot. They've won 5 in a row, ending Lancaster's hopes. 6 out of 7 in that series, and overall, 15 of their last 19. Here is Josh Whistler, his 3rd pro game tonight. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. Switch hitter bats left. He's 0 for 1 with a walk at home plate this season. The 0-1. And a swing, and he got the bat on it, skies it to left center field. Witherspoon has to really bust it over there, but he's got it. Had him played to pull a little bit, and he had the jet over. I'm not sure Dotel ever got a good look at that ball. It actually might have been closer to him. But Witherspoon, he knew right away he had to race. And his hat fell off his head with probably another 5 strides to go, but he got there. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Barrett Barnes at the top of the order. 4-0 Sugarland. First pitch, curveball just inside. Barnes started the 4-run first inning with a single, stolen base, run scored. Now a 10-game hitting streak. Here's the 1-0. And a fastball, that's over for a strike. Dom got that one up to 89. Mentioned the Skeeters' home record. Pitch is in the dirt, 2-1. 27-9 at home. They've played an even 500 on the road, 12-12. Severino kicks, fires, and it misses up and in, ball 3. 3-1 the count to Barnes. The shadows right at the front of the mound in. The pitch, it is just inside off Cruz's glove. And Barnes will head to first, a 2-out walk. That's another thing that Sugar Land does a lot of. They lead the league in walks taken offensively. Barnes is near the top. Came in tonight tied with the number 2 hitter in the order right behind him, who digs in now, Colin Walsh, tied for 4th in the league, each with 31 coming in. First pitch to Walsh. It's nubbed off the end of the bat, up the middle, and Alexi overran it. Dives trying to recover and flip with the glove, but Barnes slides in just ahead of it. And the Revs give the Skeeters an extra out. The inning continues. That thing squibbed off the end of the bat with spin, and the spin might have bothered Casilla charging toward the bag. He tried to reach down and glove it and came up just a hair too soon. Trying to charge and glove and maybe think about a glove hand flip, but it hit just off the end. So then he dove back and with the glove flipped it to Dent. It was a miraculous recovery to even have a chance, but Barnes runs well and just beat it. Here's Norris. He floats one shallow right and it plummets in. And Alexi sliding, trying to pounce on it, can only knock it down. Barnes will come around to score on it. It's a bloop RBI single, and it leads to another run for the Skeeters. It's 5-0. Derek Norris, a bloop RBI hit, jam shot, floated into shallow right, and the extra out leads to the run. Now Walsh went first to third on it, with 2 outs, able to go on contact and not worry about whether it's caught or not. And he dropped it in no man's land. He had an infield hit, Norris did, in the first inning. Now he's got a bloop hit. And he is living a charmed life so far here tonight. Here's Courtney Hawkins, first and third, and Severino fires a strike to him. Hawkins hit by a pitch last inning. A 5-0 Sugar Land in front. Here's the stretch from Dom. The 0-1, and a slider breaks away. Cruz got a good piece of it. It trickles just behind him, but not far enough for anyone to advance. Walsh took a couple of steps in from third, thinking about it. And the Revs will get some bullpen activity. And whoever it is, Fletch motion for them to make it quick. Severino at 44 pitches now. The 1-1, and a swing and a foul tip back off the netting. And Roger Diaz fastens the chest protector. He'll head down, and it might be Logan Williamson. Luke Westfall just ran up to the clubhouse to alert somebody. Severino's set. The 1-2, and a swing and a foul back onto the roof, and it will stay up there. Looks like Casilla was charged with an error on the play on which Walsh reached. And they didn't signal that immediately. Took a second look at it, but it will be an unearned run here this inning. Severino ready. And the pitch. It's up high, 2-2. Hawkins entering play tonight, tied for the league lead in home runs with 12, along with Lancaster's Blake Galen. He's been hot again here these last 2 weeks. Hawkins has. Pitch. He swings, fouls it back again. Another one headed for the rooftop. His RBI total is second in the league, 44. That is 6 behind Galen. Hawkins has raised the average to 258. For a while, he was leading the league in the power departments, but hitting in the 230s. 2-2, and he swings, fouls this one away toward the train station on the first base side. So we'll do it again. It's quite the battle from Hawkins here with 2 strikes. Severino's next pitch will be his 50th. Skeeters making him work. Has his sign from Cruz. He sets and fires. And a swing and a miss. He got him on the changeup. And that'll end the inning. First strikeout of the night for him, but Sugar Land adds an unearned run on one hit, one error, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Skeeters 5, the Revs nothing.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gauge. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WYK. First in York, first in sports.
Nothing is the deficit. Revs have all night to try to make it up, but the Skeeters, no clinching hangover just yet that is evident. Jose Cuevas will lead things off. First pitch from Grissett is over the outer half for a strike. Cuevas, Dent, and Burgess here in this second inning. Now the 0-1, and it cuts on the inside corner according to James Clayton. Cuevas looked back, shaking his head no. He comes in hitting at .217, 3 home runs, 25 driven in. Grissett shakes off twice, now kicks, steals, and misses in the dirt, 1-2. Skeeters pitching leads the league at .308 ERA. Opponents hitting just .234. They led the league at .285 in June, the ERA. The pitch, and a swing and a ground ball, second base, skidding right to Walsh. He's got it, throws to first, and there's one down.
Steady diet of ground balls so far for Grissett. He's keeping the ball down, and Revs hitters are just doing exactly what he wants them to do, beat it into the ground. And it's tough to have to go against a guy who's keeping the ball down after you're already down by a bunch, because you're trying to get the ball elevated, go gap to gap, start a rally, but Grissett out there just dealing.
Well, all 4 of his outs, and the only other batter, Dotel, hit it on the ground, reached on an infield hit. Here's Dent, who lays off way upstairs. Dent hitting at .263, 7 home runs. It's hit 4 of those off lefties, 349 off left-hand pitching. The 1-0, and that misses high and wide. He is one of several Revs hitters that have been hot here of late. The team hitting .347 the last 5. The 2-0, and that's down low. Averaging a little under 7 runs per game the last 5. 3-0, and he got that one over for a strike. Grissett has really not been an innings eater here recently. He deals, and a swing and a bouncer over his outstretched glove. Rondon trying to barehand, charging in from short, can't grab it. Infield hit for Ryan Dent on the chopper once he got it past the pitcher. And Grissett is only 6 feet even. Pretty good bet he was going to have the Revs' second hit of the night, both infield thus far, and he does.
Hit all the way right there. Now, Dent's only about 3/4 away down the line when shortstop Rondon gets to it, but that's a hit all the way because of Rondon having to rush there. And Dent smelled it, beat it out. And now, how about Michael Burgess? Guy's been probably the second hottest guy on the team recently.
Yeah, he takes the first pitch strike. Had the walk-off Friday night, but not just that. He has been locked in. Tied for 4th in the league with 9 home runs. There's the pitch to him. And that misses down and away. He went 2 for 2 with a double off Grissett here 9 days ago. Been hitting up around 350 his last 11 games played. 1 on, 1 out. Here in the second inning, Revs down 5-0. The pitch, and that missed inside, a changeup. When Grissett pitched here 9 days ago, 3 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits. Last time out, he started against Lancaster, went only an inning and 2/3. 3 runs, 1 earned. They yanked him. He deals, and a check swing, foul tip, as it is scraped back behind the plate. Burgess didn't mean to, and inadvertently foul tipped it. A little frustrated with himself. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grissett with that changeup, getting him to lunge just a little too much there. Longest Grissett's gone is 5 innings. He fires, and a breaking ball, strike 3 called. Inside black, Burgess rung up. First out on anything other than a ground ball for Grissett tonight, and there's 2 away.
It's a good pitch from Grissett right there to get in on Mike, and if you're going to go inside on Burgess, you want to go way in, and that's a backdoor pitch right there that started as a ball, then came back in, and it froze him.
And now Luis Cruz with 2 outs. Cruz hitting at 213. First pitch, he swings, grounds it deep short. Rondon to his right, gets square to it, and fires to second for the inning-ending force. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the 3rd tonight. Still a 5-0 Sugar Land lead.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
This Friday is First Friday in downtown York. Presented by WellSpan Health, First Friday is a monthly celebration of downtown restaurants, cultural venues, and nightlife hotspots. Enjoy live music, food trucks, kids' activities, and more from 5 to 9 p.m. Get to know York again, or for the first time at downtownyorkpa.com.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Nothing Sugar Land as we head to the 3rd inning tonight. Albert Cordero, who is the main catalyst for this big Skeeters lead early. Will lead things off. Grand slam in the top of the first inning. The first against the Revs this season. And Severino will go to work. First pitch is swung on, popped in the air, foul down the left field side. Dotel gives it a look, but it is well back into the seats. Severino was up around the 50 pitch mark. He completed that second inning, an unearned run last inning. He only hit last inning a bloop. The disappointing thing is he had 2 outs, nobody on. There's the 0-1, and that missed away, a changeup. It went walk to extend the inning, then an error, and then the bloop hit.
Go, kid.
The wind and the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, second base, pulled right to Casilla. He's got it, throws to first, and there's one down. And gets Cordero this time. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. We mentioned Goss and DeGiulio out for the year. Zach Wilson still on the DL with the pulled groin. Tyler Clark should come off shortly as Dennis Phipps takes a huge swing, foul tips one back. Clark with that swollen thumb on an awkward catch the last time that Sugarland was here 9 days ago. Phipps hit by a pitch his first time, the 0-1, and he swings a little late, fouls it back to the netting. Severino back from injury as of Saturday when he pitched in relief, coming back from that rib manipulation. There's the wind and the 0-2. Swinging a foul straight back again. That is your WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. And again, 150 man games inactive due to injury this season.
It hasn't been easy, that's for sure. And you just hope that you can get Clark back soon and everybody else stays healthy.
Swinging a high pop foul out of play to the right. That number will keep climbing with DeGiulio and Goss. Hopefully it doesn't keep climbing too much more with Wilson and Clark. I do think Clark is the closer to coming back. They need to give Wilson a look and see where he is, which I believe they will do this week from what we've heard. Another 0-2, and that misses upstairs at 90.
Health is such a big factor in terms of a team's success. I mean, you can have a really talented roster, but if guys are hurt, you're not going to win games.
Here's a ground ball past the diving Cuevas at third, down the line. And Phipps will round first and lumber towards second. Dotel will toss it into third base. It's a double for Phipps. And he turned on that one, hit it sharply toward the line. Cuevas fully stretched out, gave it an effort, but just missed.
Like I was saying, I mean, you can also have a team that has less talent, but if guys stay healthy and they can, keep going in their season and stay in the lineup every night, they'll build something. And the teams that are most successful are the teams that have everything go right health-wise.
Here is Alvaro Rondon. First pitch, swung on and missed. He hit into a double play his first time up.
Sugarland really hasn't needed to deal with many injury issues this first half, and look at where they are, already in a playoff spot.
Severino ready. The 0-1. And a swing and a foul back and out of play. We should have mentioned earlier, we were focused on the All-Stars and everything, but Sugarland and injury reminded me because this player had, I think it was a dislocated shoulder when he was there a couple of years ago, but the Revs did release Tyson Gillies earlier today. Struggled at the plate here. Time asked for by Rondon. He was a Skeeter a couple of years ago and was hurt when he was there. Had a couple of big hits here, but never just quite put it together consistently for York. Severino ready. Kicks and delivers. And a ground ball slap foul down the third base side. Still 0-2. That one at 91, the best velocity we've seen from him so far tonight. There's a 5-0 Sugarland lead here in the third inning. Runner at second with one out after Phipps's double. Severino's set on the back leg. And comes home. And a broken bat roller near the line at first, but foul. Burgess across to backhand it. Played on James Clayton on it, signaled foul. And Severino about halfway down the first base line, he walks over, grabs what's left of it, the barrel, hands it right back to Rondon. They'll get him some new lumber. That thing broke right in half.
Snap straight down there on the handle. Sev getting in on him there, able to jam him.
You think he said that'll be $75 when he handed it back to him? It's probably what they go for at this level.
Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of these guys, when they buy in bulk, they get some sort of discount, but it's an expensive thing right there.
Another 0-2. And he lines it to second right at Casilla. He is there and gloves that one on the fly, 2 down. I know for our heavily competitive indoor baseball league during the winter, Michael, it's a pretty penny, about $30 per.
That's how much you're getting them for?
Yeah.
Is it the team or just you?
That's just me.
All right, well, tell you, $30 a bat is pretty darn good.
Somebody else broke it the first weekend. He knows who he is.
So, are you getting 30 from him?
He did buy a replacement.
Okay.
Here's Betancourt. He fouls the first one back to the netting. Betancourt a ground out to third his first time up. You're right, though. Players get the bats in bulk, get some sort of deal on them, I'm sure. Severino ready. And the 0-1. Swinging a line drive deep but foul over the stands and left. And that'll be a problem on Arch Street. Or maybe over the bank toward the creek, 0-2. I know the team does get a certain supply in, but then guys may want their own.
Right, yeah. Teams always have some kind of deal going where they'll have bats come in here and there. And sometimes teams have an official bat provider.
Balsa wood.
Is that what we use?
No. Here's the 0-2, and it misses down and away. That would not be a good one to use.
Never heard of them.
No, that's one that would break.
Yeah. Well, for example, the New Britain Bees use Tucci Lumber. That's their official bat. They exclusively, at least it's what brought in. I'm sure guys do use their own.
Severino stretches. A 1-2, and a swing and a jam shot, looped foul back toward the upper deck. A little bit short of it. That was the 67th pitch, 68th make that. And Severino's thrown, trying to get through the third inning here. Runner at second, 2 outs, looking for his first scoreless inning of the night. 5-0, Skeeters in front. And Dom is set. Another 1-2. And in the dirt, and Cruz got a piece of it with the glove, but not nearly enough as it ricocheted high up off the netting. Phipps will move to third base on the wild pitch. By the way, on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Somerset down at Southern Maryland 1-0 in the third. A win tonight. Actually, they've gone to the fourth, still 1-0. If they win and New Britain loses, Somerset would wrap it up. New Britain is trailing Long Island 3-1 in the third. And that is at New Britain, not Long Island. Beg your pardon. 2-2 on Betancourt. Severino comes home. And a swing and a high fly, center field. Witherspoon drifts toward left center, camped under it, and makes the one-hand grab to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. The 1-out double is left on base. We go to the home half of the third inning. Still a 5-0 Sugarland lead.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Feelings of stress, sadness, or anxiousness can be signs of depression or other mental health issues that should be addressed. If life seems too difficult to manage, Presley Ridge can help. Call Presley Ridge today, and our team of compassionate mental health professionals will help you enjoy your life again. Presley Ridge offers mental health services for all ages in York and Harrisburg. Make an appointment today. Call 717-845-6624 or visit presleyridge.org/outpatient.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the third inning, 5-0. Sugarland in front. Revs will look to get something going against Ben Grissett, an infield single in each of the first 2 innings thus far. As Travis Witherspoon leads things off, rounding out the order tonight. First pitch is a called strike. Outer edge from the lefty. Witherspoon at 265, 4 home runs, 11 driven in. It's Joe Van Meter who's getting up in the bullpen. Looks like he'll be in the 4th. As Witherspoon chops this one, high hop, Rondon adjusts, fires to first, and makes a fantastic play. It looked routine off the bat, but it shot up, and Rondon, who was going to his left, he's only 5'10", but he reached as high as he could and speared it and made the throw.
That's a play that probably should have been a knock based on the way that thing came up and with Spoon's speed, but, I mean, what an adjustment on the fly right there by Rondon to, you know, he's thinking he's getting probably a chest-high hop, and then it goes over his head, but he's able to get that glove up there.
Now 6 groundouts and a strikeout for Grissett. He dumps the first one in the dirt on Mitchell. 1 ball, no strikes. Back at the top of the order, Mitchell grounded out to short his first time. Grissett, a 26-year-old lefty from California, as he misses down and away now, ball 2. From Modesto, California. Went to St. Mary's, was drafted by Tampa Bay from there, 13th round 5 years ago. Here's a swing and a foul tip into the mitt on a high fastball. 2-1 the count. Has not gone 5 in a game since mid-May. There's the wind and the pitch, and that's in the dirt. Early in the year, he was in the rotation, but then mid-May to mid-June, 22 days on the DL. Came back to make an outing in relief. He deals, and that missed high, and Mitchell's got his league-leading 38th walk. 1 out base runner for Alexi Casilla. Since coming back from the DL, Grissett 0-2, 7.45 ERA. And in 5 outings, 2 have been in relief, but 3 starts. And in those starts, he's gone just 3 innings, and an inning and 2/3. They are in their bullpen really early, at least of late. Here's Casilla, who takes a strike. And his last 3 starts that he's made. Casilla ground out to third his first time. He came in tonight 7th in the league in hitting, 309. 0-1, and that's in the dirt, blocked by Whistler. 5-0 the lead for Sugar Land here in the home half of the third inning. They got Grissett plenty of run support when he was here about a week and a half ago. 13-5 the Skeeters won, but he could only go 3 that day. Pitch is lined to right field, sinking and caught by Phipps, who was playing him shallow. On the opposite side there, had him played in, and he lunged forward a couple of steps, reached down about knee-high, and it hung up for the right fielder to catch it. It was hard hit.
Yeah, going the other way with that ball, scorches one. But like you said, Phipps is playing in a little bit there on Casilla and is able to make the grab.
2 down in the inning. Here is Wellington Dotel. Infield hit in the first for him. First pitch, he swings, grounds it to shortstop. Rondon charging, underhands to second, and that will end the inning. Each of the first 3 innings, Grissett has allowed 1 and only 1 base runner, and that is the 7th ground out that he's recorded through 3 innings tonight. 1 man left. We go to the 4th. Michael with the play-by-play. Revs trail the Skeeters 5-0.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with tropical shaved ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Top of the 4th inning from downtown York. Michael Marcantonini alongside Darrell Henry calling this one. Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Revs and Skeeters. 5-0 Sugar Land, though, early on, as Dominic Severino lasted just 3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 5 hits, all earned. Struck out just 1, walked 1, and hit 2 batters. His night is done. Joe Van Meter, the early entrance into the game for him. Van Meter making his 2nd straight relief appearance after a stint in the Revs rotation for the middle of the season. His first start of the year actually came against these Skeeters. That was in Sugar Land on June 1st. But he's moved back to the pen, and he'll take over for Dom in the top of the 4th, trying to keep this a 5-run game. 9-1-2 for the Skeeters. Whistler, Barnes, and Walsh. Whistler from the left side. The first pitch to him is a ball inside, 1-0. Van Meter's last appearance came on June 30th, this past Saturday, in the doubleheader against Somerset. Through a scoreless inning, gave up 2 hits, but did not allow a run in that one. A pitch from Joe. Pitch misses in right there. It's 2-0. Well, there's been a couple loud booms and bangs over the course of this game so far, coming off in the distance, and that one seems to be a fireworks test. Came right as Van Meter released that pitch. Can't imagine that that's fun to pitch with. Here's the 2-0 to Whistler. That's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Good catch there on the outer half from Cruz to frame that. 2 balls and 1 strike. 5-0 Sugar Land. As Joe looks to keep it that way. This one's chopped out to second. Casilla waits back on it, throws to first, and Whistler's out number 1 here in the 4th. 1 up, 1 down for Van Meter on the 4-3 put out. So he starts his night off strong. Now back to the top of the order. Here's Barrett Barnes. Barnes has reached base safely twice so far. Singled, stole a bag, and scored a run in the first. Came in to score on that grand slam. Walked and scored the only run that Sugar Land put up in the second inning, so he has 2 of their 5. Barnes hitting .256, 4 homers, 20 RBI on the season coming in. First pitch to him, fastball outer half for a strike. It's 0-1. 1 out, no one on. On another hot night here in downtown York. Not quite what it was over this past weekend, Friday through Sunday, but it's another scorcher. The 0-1 from Joe misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Barnes is manning center field tonight. He's played quite a bit of right field as well. Pete Incaviglia likes to shift guys around defensively in this lineup. He sends the 0-1 in the air, popped up in the infield left side. Cuevas is under it, now towards shortstop. He makes the grab for out number 2. And Van Meter's retired the first 2 he's faced. Gets a pop up there of Barnes. And here's Colin Walsh with 2 outs and no one on. Walsh was a tough out the last time the Revs saw the Skeeters. In the last game of the series between these two teams, he only was retired once in 6 trips to the plate as that one misses inside. It's 1-0. He went walk, single, triple, single, and then finally a ground out in the Skeeters' 13-5 win 2 Sundays ago here in York. Now the 1-0 pitch popped up, actually medium depth in right field. Mitchell is under it. He makes the grab to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Joe Van Meter here in the 4th. After 3.5, the Skeeters still lead at 5-0, but stick with us on the broadcast. See if the Revs can cut into the deficit in the bottom of the 4th.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs trail the Skeeters 5-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Melky Mesa set to lead off for the Revs against Ben Grissett, who's out for another inning of work. 3 shutout innings so far for the lefty. He has 1 strikeout. He's pitched to contact for the most part, and a lot of the contact has been on the ground. And now here's Melky Mesa digging in. It's Mesa, Cuevas, Dent, 4-5-6 for the Revs. First pitch to Melky, breaking ball over for a strike, top half of the zone. It's 0-1. Just 2 hits for the Revs in this one.
Go, Melky.
Both infield singles. Dotel and Dent each have a knock. Grissett readies the 0-1. Here it is. Misses inside. It's 1-1. Well, Grissett, a lanky lefty. Not that tall. He's not like one of your 6'5", 6'6" lefties. Mesa chops one in the hole between short and third. Backhanded by Rondon, the shortstop. Throw across the diamond to first, and it's in time to get Mesa. A bullet out of the hand of Rondon, backhanding that at the hole in shortstop. He gets Mesa by maybe half a step. Bang, bang play for out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th. So here's Jose Cuevas with 1 down, no one on. Talking about Grissett height-wise, he's 6 foot, which is relatively short considering the rest of this pitching staff. Almost everybody's either 6'4" or 6'5", incredibly. Mr. Cuevas takes the ball high there. It's 1-0. Looking at their roster, 3 guys that are 6'5", 5 guys that are 6'4". Cuevas takes a strike there. 4 guys that are 6'4". So at 6 feet tall, he's one of the shorter guys on this roster, at least on the pitching staff. 1-1 to Jose, ball low, it's 2-1. This is the final series of the first half. Second half officially begins on Friday when the Revs head to Southern Maryland. The All-Star break doesn't start until Monday, but the official first half ends on Thursday. Cuevas takes way in there, has to run out of the box to get away from that one, and it's 3-1. So a good hitter's count for Jose, as Grissett looks to work through his 4th full inning. He's been good so far, allowing just the 2 infield hits. Cuevas hitting a little better of late. The average up to 217. He has 3 homers. Takes a strike there. Top of the zone. It's full. 25 RBI for Cuevas.
Base hit ball 4 here.
Hitting just .091 against the Skeeters, though, this season. 2 for 22 in 6 games against them. Going to fare a little better in this 3-game set. 3-2 pitch to Jose, way inside. He jumps out of the way and then falls down trying to catch his feet. So he gets dirty on a walk. You don't see that every day, but he'll trot down to first. Second walk of the night issued by Grissett. 5-0 Skeeters in the bottom of the 4th. They got 4 in the first on Albert Cordero's grand slam. They added another on Derek Norris's bloop single in the 2nd inning. Chased Dominic Severino from the game after just 3 innings. Here's Ryan Dent with a man on. Takes way outside and high. It's 1-0. The Skeeters will pinch up the middle for 2. Rondon and Walsh at short and second. The third baseman, Betancourt, is near the line but behind the bag a few steps. Dent pops one up but foul out of play. The first baseman, Cordero, is holding on Cuevas, a decent-sized hole between first and second. Jose not really a threat to run, but his next stolen base will be the 100th of his career. A pitch to Dent. Off the end of the bat, chopper out to short. Charging is Rondon. Throws to second, but it gets into right field. Cuevas reads it right away. He's headed for third. He'll stop there. A throwing error on the shortstop, Rondon. He got just a little bit greedy right there. So fielder's choice, E6. Safe at first is Dent. He tried to turn 2 right there on a slow chopper that he had to charge. The easy play would have been just to go for out number 2 and get Dent at first base. He tried to turn the double play. It was not a good throw for the second baseman, Walsh, covering. It got into right. Cuevas is now on third base. So the Revs have a first and third situation with just 1 out. And here's Michael Burgess. Scoring opportunity here. First pitch to Mike. It's a fastball low and inside. And it's 1-0. 5-0 Skeeters bottom 4, but the Revs are threatening. Left on left, Grissett sets. Here's the pitch. Burgess takes a slider high in the zone. But it's called a strike. It's 1-1.
Come on, Big Bird.
Well, Burgess this season is hitting .275 with runners in scoring position, an excellent mark. Has 3 homers and 18 RBI in those situations. 1-0's fouled to the backstop. It's 1-2. So an aggressive approach here from Mike after seeing 2 pitches. Hitting .286 overall with runners on base. 1-2 the count now. Grissett, the pitch to the plate. Line drive into left center field, a base hit. Cuevas waited, but he'll come in to score the first run of the night for the Revs. An RBI single for Burgess. That's a 5-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. So Burgess smacks one that he got up in the zone out to left center. He drives in another run. The Revs are on the board. It's a 5-1 game. Here's Luis Cruz. We'll see if he can keep it going. Well, that'll be an unearned run. Cuevas ended up on third base and scored after that throwing error. Burgess the knock. It's RBI number 30 on the season for Mike, as pitching coach of the Skeeters is out for a chat, Corey Domel. First and second for the Revs with 1 down. Luis Cruz at the dish. Domel talking things over with Whistler, the catcher, and the man on the mound, Grissett. The meeting on the mound is over. And Corey Domel wearing a hoodie sweatshirt in this one, and it's at least over 85 degrees here. Can't imagine that he's not sweating at least a little bit. Well, he's back in the dugout. Grissett still on the mound. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Here's Cruz at the dish. First pitch is a changeup low and away. It's 1-0. Revs have 3 hits in this one. They finally got on the board with the Burgess RBI single. Threatening for more, taking advantage of an error in the inning. Both teams now have an error. The 1-0 to Cruz. Popped up, right side of the diamond, but that'll get out of play into the right field foul seats. Count evens up at 1. Well, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and the Revs will be playing at home on the 4th of July for the first time in quite some time. Over half a decade. Plenty of action going on before the game, fireworks after, and then the game in between all the festivities will start at 5 p.m. Eastern. A little bit earlier than the normal 6:30 start time here at the bank. Grissett looks at second. Pitch to Cruz. Fastball misses high. It's 2-1. Skeeters in control of this one 5-1, but the Revs could change that quickly. Burgess's RBI single has the Revs on the board. Ryan Dent out at second base. Burgess over at first, not being held on. Time is called as Cruz steps out to take a practice swing. The third baseman Betancourt shaded towards the line with the right-handed hitting Cruz at the dish. The 2-1 to Luis, popped up foul out of play right side of the infield. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Skeeters have already clinched the first half title in the Freedom Division. They're 8-2 in their last 10. The Revs are 8 games back of Sugarland for overall record. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Look at second for Grissett. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Breaking ball sent out to third, but under the glove of Betancourt. Polo's waving home Dent. Here's the throw from Hawkins. It's not in time, and the Revs put another one on the board. Luis Cruz plates Ryan Dent. It's a 5-2 game, and the Revs continue to inch closer. They'll scored a base hit for Luis Cruz, so give him a knock and an RBI. Back-to-back RBI singles for the Revs. Burgess, now Cruz. The bottom of the order producing tonight at Peoples Bank Park. That brings up Travis Witherspoon. We'll see if he can keep the line moving. Another first and second situation. Dent scored from second on that play. Burgess just goes up one bag. He's at second now. Pitch to Spoon. Big swing and a big miss there on the fastball outer half. 0-1 the count. 5-2 Skeeters in the bottom of the fourth, but it was a 5-0 game coming into this half inning. The Revs have doubled their hit total in the inning. They've also taken advantage of an error. The 0-1 from Grissett. Foul tipped into the glove of Whistler. It's 0-2. Spoon got jammed right there. Grissett went in on him. Spoon in an 0-2 hole. He's the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch. Popped up right side of the diamond, going towards foul territory. Coming on is Phipps, the right fielder. He makes the grab in foul territory. No tag from Burgess at second. And there are 2 outs in the inning. An unproductive out for Spoon there with 2 runners on. And now back to the top of the order. Here's Jared Mitchell. Mitchell named an all-star to represent the Revs and the Freedom Division in Long Island this coming week, replacing Alexi Casilla, who was voted in from the Revs. And Mitchell will be in Long Island, hitting .246 on the year. The average at one point this year was up over .290. That was during a hot stretch. The first pitch he sees, a changeup inside for a ball, 1-0 from Grissett. 4 homers, 21 driven in for Mitchell on the year. He has an RBI opportunity right now. 0 for 1 tonight, walked in the third inning, grounded out in the first. On the 1-0 to Jared, fastball misses low and away. It's 2-0. Mitchell got his league-leading 38th walk in the third inning. Could have had it a couple days ago, but a bad call prevented that. Grissett still working out there. Here's the 2-0. Mitchell taps it down the third base line to Nubber. This is going to be an infield hit for Jared Mitchell, the 3rd infield hit of the game for the Revs. And Grissett will just have to put that one in his pocket. A cue shot down the third base line. The third baseman Betancourt was back deep with 2 outs. Grissett couldn't get to it in time. Mitchell, who runs well and got a good break out of the box, digs it out. And the bases will be loaded for Alexi Casilla with 2 down. The tying run is now Mitchell at first. Alexi's the go-ahead run. And the Revs just piling up the infield hits in this one. They now have 3 in the game. And here's the king of infield hits, Alexi Casilla, with 21 on the season. He takes a ball outside. The Revs now have 56 infield hits this year. Casilla has a little more than a third of them. An RBI opportunity for Alexi here. 3 ducks on the pond. 3 Revs on the pond, I should say. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and away. It's 2-0. Alexi this season, .309 batting average coming in. That's good for 7th in the entire Atlantic League. He has 18 RBI. Chance to add to that here. Had a great series against Somerset. Went 6 for 13 with 4 singles, 5 singles and a double. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses high and tight. It's 3-0. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A 3-0 count on Alexi. Burgess over at third. Cruz at second. And Mitchell at first. He's chatting it up with Cordero over at first base. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball misses low. And the Revs add another run on the bases loaded walk to Casilla. 19th RBI on the season for Alexi. Burgess comes in to score. It's a 3-run inning for the Revs. And Wellington Dotel will step to the plate as the 9th man to hit in the inning. Skeeters came into the bottom of the fourth up 5-0. That has changed quickly. It's 5-3 now, and the Revs have the momentum. They're threatening for more. There's an error in the inning. Second walk of the inning for Grissett. 3 singles as well for the Revs. One of them an infield hit. Here's Dotel with the bases juiced. He takes low. 5 straight balls for Grissett. His outing is going from good to bad and now worse. 3 runs already home in the inning. Here's Dotel, the 1-0. Wellington takes after 5 straight balls, and it's 1-1. Wellington, a .302 batting average on the season, hitting .322 with the Revs. 2 homers, 28 RBI on the year. The 1-1 from Grissett. Line drive foul out of play at the right field side. It's 1-2. Bases loaded and 2 outs for Casilla. A chance to tie this game, give the Revs the lead potentially. 5-3 bottom 4. And Dotel hitting .300 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs this year. The 1-2 from Grissett. Chopper out to second, coming up on it is Walsh. She'll flip to second base for the force, and the inning is over. 4-6 fielder's choice to end the inning, but the Revs send 9 men to the plate. They score 3 times, and they've come a little bit closer to Sugar Land in this one. After 4 full, it's 5-3. Stick with us on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Top of the 5th inning, it's Sugar Land 5, York 3, but the Revs got 3 in the bottom of the 4th. An RBI single from Michael Burgess started the rally, and an RBI single from Luis Cruz, then an RBI bases-loaded walk for Casilla with 2 outs, brought him 1 more run off Ben Grissett, the starter for the Skeeters. And from 5-0, it's now 5-3. We go to the top of the 5th. Joe Van Meter will get another inning of work out of the pen. Through a scoreless 4th inning in relief of Dominic Severino, who lasted just 3 innings, gave up 5 runs all earned. Van Meter will face Derek Norris to start the top of the 5th. First pitch to Derek, fastball outside corner for a strike. Norris in the 3-hole DHing tonight. 3-4-5 Norris, Hawkins, and Cordero in the inning for Sugar Land. 5 homers, 27 RBI for Norris. He hit a homer last time he was here. And the count's 0-1. Here's the next pitch. Make it 0-2. Strike on the outer half. Good pitch there from Joe. Pitched a 1-2-3 4th. Trying to do the same here in the 5th. Van Meter comes set, takes the sign from Cruz. Set up outside is Luis, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just off the plate. It's 2-1, or 1-2. Looked good from Joe at the knees. Tempting pitch to swing at, but Norris laid off. The 1-2 pitch, fastball low and away. Cruz wanted it out there, but not that low. Count even at 2. Norris up to 265 with his 2 hits so far today. An infield single and a run, then a bloop single in the 2nd and an RBI. 2-2 pitch, popped up foul out of play. We'll do the 2-2 once more. 5-3 lead for Sugar Land, top of the 5th inning in the first game of this 3-game set. Final series of the first half. 2-2 to Norris. Line drive yanked into the left field corner. That's going to two-hop the base of the arch nemesis. Dotel plays it well, gets it into Dent quickly. A long single for Norris, but he continues to hit. He's 3 for 3. Here's Courtney Hawkins, who's had an excellent season so far, hitting .258 with 12 homers and 44 runs driven in. He's been a force in this Skeeters lineup. So Van Meter gives up his first hit and base runner for that matter of the night. Norris is a leadoff man over at first. Pitch to Hawkins. Slider on the outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. Hawkins leads the Atlantic League. Well, he's tied for the Atlantic League lead in homers with 12. Him and Blake Galen both have a dozen. The 0-1. This one's laced in the 5.5 hole into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back knocks against Van Meter. Norris now Hawkins. And there's 2 on and no outs for Albert Cordero, the man who hit the grand slam back in the first inning. The slam was Cordero's 7th homer of the season. Gives him 31 RBI now on the year, and it's the first grand slam allowed by Revs pitchers this season. So 2 hard-hit singles to left for the Skeeters in the inning, and they're in business again after allowing 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Van Meter looking for the shutdown top of the 5th, but so far it hasn't looked good. First pitch to Cordero, misses high, it's 1-0. Van Meter got ahead of Norris 0-2, fell behind and then gave up the hit. An early night for the Revs bullpen. Sev went just 3 innings. The 1-0, here's the pitch from Joe. Fastball, I don't know where that missed. And it's 2-0. James Clayton not a fan of that pitch right there from Van Meter. 5-3 lead for Sugar Land, no outs, top of the 5th. Here's the pitch, fastball misses low, and it's quickly 3-0. No bullpen action for the Revs right now, but that could change in a hurry. Van Meter struggling here in inning number 2. Skeeters already have 7 hits. We're only in the top of the 5th. 3-0 pitch. Fastball on the outer half for a strike. It's 3-1. After Cordero, it'll be Dennis Phipps. He hasn't been retired yet tonight. Another hot start for Sugar Land. They put up 6 in the first inning the last time they were here, and now 4 in the first tonight. Fastball swung on and missed from Cordero up in the zone, and the count goes to full.
Finish him now, finish him.
No outs in the inning. Runners at first and second for the Skeeters. They lead at 5-3 over the Revs, but the Revs got 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Got some momentum back, and they made it a game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hot shot out to second. Casilla goes to a knee, fields it, flips to second for 1. Dent will not try the throw over to first, so they get 1. They get the middle runner on the fielder's choice. Hawkins is cut down in the middle. Casilla went to a knee to make that play. He knocked it down, didn't field it cleanly, so that pretty much thwarted any chance at a double play. But they do get 1 out. Cordero safe at first on the 4-6 fielder's choice. Moving from second to third is Norris. First and third for Dennis Phipps with 1 out. Skeeters up 2, looking to make it more. Van Meter looking for the sign from Cruz. And the first pitch, slider misses off the plate. It's 1-0. Phipps, a right-handed slugger, has 6 long balls this year. He's driven in 19. Doubled his last time up. The 1-0 slider inside corner this time as he fouls that one over toward the Skeeters dugout down the third base line. It's 1-1. Phipps hitting just 206 games against the Revs this year, coming in 5 for 25. He does have a homer and 2 RBI. The rest of his hits against the Revs are singles. Has scored 4 runs. Runners at the corners, the 1-1 pitch, fastball low and away. Good pitch there from Van Meter. Good location as well. Tough for a right-handed hitter to go after. It's 1-2. One down in the inning. Van Meter looking to make it 2. Revs pitching staff only 1 strikeout tonight. The 1-2 pitch, slider low and away, blocked by Cruz, but Phipps lays off. And it's even at 2. The man on third is Norris. The man on first is Cordero. Van Meter trying to keep it a 0 here in the 5th. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball through the hole between short and third. Dent was playing up the middle for the double play. And Norris will slowly jog in and touch home plate. Run number 6 on the night for Sugar Land. It's a 6-3 game. An RBI single for Phipps, so he's reached base now all 3 times he's been up. First RBI of the night for him. Going from first to second on that single was Cordero. So first and second for the Skeeters, still with 1 out. Here's the 7-hitter, Alvaro Rondon. Hitting .277 this year, no homers, 20 driven in. Revs have 1 double play on the night. It was a 4-6-3 twin killing to end the first. They could use another one right here. 6-3 Sugar Land top 5. It's the Revs in the first half Freedom Division champs. Time is called. Van Meter will get back on the rubber. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 here in the 5th for Sugar Land. The Revs got all 3 of their runs in the bottom of the 4th. A fastball that misses low. It's 1-0. It's no secret that Van Meter has not been nearly as sharp in this second inning of work as he was in his first when he retired the Skeeters 1-2-3. Did not get the shutdown inning he was looking for. 1-0, fastball misses low and inside. It gets away from Cruz towards the Revs dugout by their on-deck circle. They'll score a wild pitch on Van Meter. Everybody moves up a base. It's now second and third for the Skeeters with 1 down. Second wild pitch of the night for Revs pitchers. Dom had 1, now Van Meter with 1. So the Revs will bring the infield all the way in. Outfield stays in normal depth. 1 out, runners at second and third. Skeeters up 3. And the 2-0 fastball, he gassed him. 87 on the gun from Van Meter there. It's 2-1. The strikeout numbers were up for Joe when he was in the starting rotation. Had an 8 strikeout game, a 6 strikeout game. I think he had a 7K game as well. 2-1, line drive, base hit into the right field corner. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Rondon rounds first, he'll stop there. And it's an 8-3 Sugar Land lead here in the top of the 5th. So the Revs get 3 in the bottom of the 4th. But that's quickly erased as Sugar Land puts up 3 in the top of the 5th. Joe Van Meter's outing is being tarnished a little bit here. Back-to-back RBI singles. This one a 2 RBI single. Now the 8-hitter Javier Betancourt will get a chance. Only 1 down in the inning. Cruz just went out to talk to Joe. It's a hot night, and it's one of those that it's a much more enjoyable hot night when your team is winning. Fastball over for a strike to the 8-hitter Betancourt, 0-1. Man on first, 1 down, 7-3 lead for Sugar Land top 5. Van Meter set out of the stretch, short lead for Rondon. Pitch, line drive into right center field, that's down. Mitchell giving chase, he won't cut it off. It goes all the way to the wall. Rondon's going to score from first. Stopping at second is Betancourt, an RBI double. 3 straight run-scoring hits for the Skeeters. And they now have a 4-run lead. It's 7-3. No, that's not right. 9-3, I believe, now. The scoreboard says 7, so that threw me off a little bit. Can't expect everything to be perfect right now.
No, that's right. You mentioned the heat. I think that's one of the reasons why beating Somerset was so enjoyable this weekend. If you're on the other side of it on a night like this, not so much. But this Skeeters offense, they will wear a pitching staff down.
Van Meter still in there, misses high with a curveball there to Whistler. And it's 1-0. Still just one down in the inning. The out came on a fielder's choice from Cordero. 9-3 lead for Sugar Land. They have 10 hits. Van Meter misses high again with a breaking ball as Devin Watts starts to loosen up in the Revs bullpen. So much for the 3 runs the Revs got in the bottom of the 4th. Sugar Land's put up a 4 spot, and they're not done in the top of the 5th. 2-0, fouled off. It's 2-1. Two and 1 the count on the 9-hitter Whistler. Just playing in just his 3rd game in professional baseball, let alone this season. Misses low. It's 3-1. Whistler, one of the youngsters in this league, went to Pittsburgh State. Native of Oklahoma. This is his first year in pro ball. Not normally something you see in the Atlantic League. The 3-1 pitch misses inside, ball 4. So Van Meter walks Whistler. Still no motion from the dugout. And now Mace is going to come out. Well, that's going to be it for Joe Van Meter. Mace looks to the bullpen. He signals to the pen to see if Watts is ready. He's going to bring in the young right-hander. Well, Van Meter threw a scoreless and 1-2-3 4th inning. He's given up 4 runs, though, in the 5th, and his line's not finished yet. So he exits responsible for the runners on 1st and 2nd. It's 9-3 Sugar Land in the top of the 5th. We'll take a break and tell you about Devin Watts when we come back.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tough night for the Revs pitching staff. Sugar Land has hung a 9 spot through 4+ innings so far. The Revs are already on their 3rd pitcher of the night in the top of the 5th. 9 runs on 10 hits for the Skeeters, 3 runs on 5 hits for the Revs. They got 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th, but to bring it to 2, and the top of the 5th has just not gone their way. Van Meter did not get the shutdown inning the Revs were looking for. He couldn't even get out of the inning. He got just 1 out here in the 5th, and Devin Watts will take over, inheriting runners at 1st and 2nd, trying to get the final 2 outs of this inning. Barrett Barnes, the leadoff man for the Skeeters, will be the 8th man to hit here in the inning. Revs. They've put up now 2 4-run innings on the night. And they're not done yet. At least it would seem as they are not here in the top of the 5th. So Watts toes the rubber out of the stretch. First pitch to Barnes. Fastball high and tight up around his head. He has to duck out of the way. It's 1-0. Dominic Severino went just 3 innings, gave up 5. Van Meter went just an inning and a third, gave up 4 runs, but he's responsible for the 2 out on base. So his line is not complete. He gave up 5 hits. 1-0 pitch, fastball that catches the outside corner. Barnes a little head turn at that one. Well, the young 23-year-old right-hander for the Revs has a sub-3 ERA in his time with York. 1-0 slider, 1-1 slider makes it 1-2. Is swing and a miss there from Barnes. Watts 2 scoreless innings, gave up just 1 hit in his last outing. That was on July 1st. Just this past Sunday, the loss to Somerset. It's really good in that one. Look at second. The 1-2 pitch, slider misses low and in. It's 2-2. Barnes was tempted right there. Started the hands moving forward, but held up. Watts has retired 8 of the 9 first batters that he's faced coming into a game or an inning. That one's popped out of play, foul. The 2 innings he worked on Sunday was his longest outing of the year. Most strikeouts he has in an outing is 2. That came on June 26th. Runners at first and second, 1 down. 9-3 lead for Sugar Land, top 5. Barnes awaiting the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball fouled off of Cruz's. Maybe it hit his chest protector or mask. Either way, the home plate umpire, James Clayton, will walk the new baseball out to Watts to give Cruz a second. It's a hot night, humid. Cruz has already taken a couple foul tips off of something, whether it's the mask or the shoulder. And on top of that, he's been out there for quite some time behind the dish. You mentioned earlier, Darryl, you wonder how many pounds that catchers lose game to game when they're back there in this heat, especially with long innings.
I've heard it said like 8 to 10. I've never seen the scale, but
2-2 pitch, slider in on the hands but fouled back. When I played catcher for a lot of years, through high school ball and summer ball, even playing Sunday doubleheaders in the summer for a couple of years, it could be pretty brutal, and I'd be back there catching, and if I weighed myself after the game, it would probably be 2-3 pounds max. It wouldn't be anything crazy, but this is pro baseball. They're doing a lot more work before the game, a lot more tiring work behind the dish. 2-2 pitch from Watts, misses out. It's 3-2.
I mean, if they say it's that much, I have to believe it's that much. How much do they eat to get it back?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to believe 8 to 10. I mean, I'm sure that's not the majority, and probably the higher end.
Cruz has been back there pretty much every night for a week since Clark got hurt.
I guess if you were going to get hurt, it was a good time with this heat wave coming through, or take a few games off.
Tyler's lanky enough as it is.
No, exactly. We don't need him losing any more pounds. Runners go with a full count and 1 down, and it doesn't matter. Ball 4. So Watts walks the first batter he faces. Still only 1 out, and Colin Walsh, the 9th man to hit in the inning, will come to the plate. Walks have been an issue for the Revs. Second walk of the inning. Bases loaded now for Sugar Land. Here's Walsh with the bases juiced. First pitch fastball in the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Cuevas is in at third. He's on the edge of the third base cutout. Burgess is on the edge of the first base cutout. Denton Casilla back playing for 2. The 0-1 to Walsh. Slider misses low. It's 1-1. Skeeters lead at 9-3 over the Revs. Their second 4-run inning of the night. They put up 6 runs in an inning against the Revs last time they were in this ballpark. A 1-1 pitch fouled off, and Walsh falls down swinging there, losing his balance. 1-2. Well, the 6-run inning for Sugarland was on June 24th in the first inning, that Sunday game. Skeeters eventually went on to win 13-5. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners everywhere on the bases. This one's popped up into shallow left field. Dotel giving chase. It's hooking into foul ground. Dotel over by the wall. Did he make the grab? I don't think so. Oh, he did. It could have fooled me. I couldn't see the play. But Colin Walsh upset with himself there. Wellington Dotel ranged all the way over from towards the left center field gap to make the grab by the wall on the foul warning track over by the Skeeters bullpen. And again, we can't see that. We can't see that play from here in the booth.
Art's our eyes out there. He said he made a basket grab.
All right. Well, we have Art for a reason. And here's Derek Norris, takes a slider in for a strike. So Walsh flies out. Here's Derek Norris, the 10th man to hit in the inning. Base is still loaded, 2 outs, 9-3 lead for the Skeeters, top 5. Revs hoping to keep it at 9-3. 0-1 from Watts, another slider, good one there. Norris was out in front. It's been a long inning. These guys are going to have to get some Ritas or Gatorade in between innings.
Man.
No, we got the Ritas treatment up in the booth again.
That was our pregame hydration.
Need one per inning. Per half inning. Per out.
It melted quickly tonight.
Oh, yeah. I put mine down in about a half inning. 0-2 pitch coming to Norris. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Change up low in the zone. Second strikeout of the night for Revs pitching. So Devin Watts comes in, does a job, inherits runners at first and second with 1 out. Does not allow any to score despite a walk to the first batter he faces. After 4.5, it's 9-3 Sugarland. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th and see what the Revs can do about the deficit.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC, 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia, NMLS ID 2925, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Bottom of the 5th inning from Peoples Bank Park. Revs trail the Skeeters 9-3. Melky Mesa leads off against Ben Grissett in the bottom of the 5th. It was a very long top of the 5th. Skeeters got 4 runs, but Devin Watts stranded both base runners. He inherited in the inning. He stranded the bases loaded. Mesa takes a strike. So Watts did a job coming in for Van Meter, who only got the first out of the inning. Revs down 6. They got within 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Mesa takes a slider high. It's 1-1. But when you play from behind, Darryl, it makes it that much harder. You get to 2, but then the wheels fall off a little bit in the next inning. Mesa takes low and in. It's shooting yourself in the foot early. It's hard to recover.
Yeah, sounds like somebody's shooting themselves in the foot with fireworks nearby.
2-1 to Mesa, fouled into the netting. It's 2-2.
It is very reminiscent of the game that Grissett had here 9 days ago. The big difference for him is he only went 3 innings that day. He's working into the 5th tonight.
Grissett out of the windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses high and outside. It's full on Mesa. Mesa ready to hit again. 3-2 pitch coming from Ben. Here it is. Fastball high and away. Ball 4. Mesa works a leadoff walk here in the 5th. And the Revs have their leadoff man on for Jose Cuevas.
I sense that if Sugar Land hadn't wrapped up the first half yet, last inning when Grissett was in all that trouble, they probably would have had somebody up and maybe in the game for him, but they can afford to let him try to build back up, get his innings, go for a win tonight. They literally don't have to win again until mid-September.
That is true. Here's Jose, takes the ball low and away, and that's the beauty and the curse of winning the first half is you already know you're in the playoffs the first week of July, but it's hard to keep it going, the motivation up, when you know you don't need to win. Cuevas takes low and away. It's 2-0.
Yeah, the first several years in the league, I mean, and the numbers bared it out, almost everybody that won the first half advanced to the championship series. They were able to re-rack the pitching, get it all lined up.
2-0 to Cuevas, low.
Here recently, we've seen more of the teams that are hot going in that have been the ones that have stayed hot. Case in point, the Revs last season.
And that's what you would expect, too, with it. Grissett coming with the 3-0 pitch. Here it is, fastball right down the chute. It's 3-1. Man on first, no outs. It's Mesa over there. 9-3 lead for Sugar Land, bottom 5. Cuevas waiting on the 3-1. Pitch from Grissett. Chopped off the end of the bat out to short. Rondon has it, flips to second for 1. Walsh the turn to first, not in time. Cuevas beats it. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Mesa's cut down. 1 down here in the 5th. And Darryl, you had a front row seat for seeing the hot team really get hot towards the end of the year and then win it all.
Yeah, and
add another ring to your collection.
Yeah, I get chided for not wearing it in public. I really just want to hide it so my son doesn't find it and throw it or something. But now, 2010 when the Revs won, I mean, they were the first half team.
This one's low to Dent, 1-0.
Now they had so many issues in the second half, and we were thinking, how are they going to pull it together? But they did. They kind of re-racked it late, got set for the playoffs, planned the pitching out and everything. And really through that year, it was all those first half teams that had gone on. It was the next year.
1-0 pitch to Dent, fly ball foul down the right field line. It's 1-1.
2011, the Revs were really one of the first second half teams to advance, but we have seen it more in recent years, and last year they were a team that just couldn't be stopped. The year before, Sugar Land was a team that couldn't be stopped.
1-1 to Dent, hooked down the left field line, way out of play, foul. It had the distance for a dinger. That one way out of the stadium. Right-hander Alex Wimmers getting loose in the Sugar Land bullpen. Junior Rincon was tossing for the Revs, still is. 1-2 pitch to Dent, off the end of the bat, out to second base. Colin Walsh ranges into right field, but he can't make the play at first. An infield knock for Ryan Dent. The 4th infield hit of the night for the Revs. Dent second. Just shot that ball between first and second base. Walsh was shaded up the middle towards the second base bag. He had to range all the way to his left just to get there. Spun and threw to first in one motion, but it just wasn't in time to get Dent. Now first and second for the Revs with only one out. Here's Michael Burgess. Once again, the Revs posing a threat in the bottom of an inning. But Sugar Land keeps scoring, and that's not helping. Left on left for Burgess. Grissett looks at second. High leg kick to pitch. Swing and a miss. Pitch up in the zone. But both Dent's knocks tonight are infield hits. Dotel also has an infield hit. Mitchell has one as well.
He wanted that one. He was busting it to get there. The bat broke, and he's probably thinking, if I'm going to lose some lumber on this, I'm going to get a hit out of it.
Multi-hit game now for Dent. The 0-1 to Burgess. Slider low in the zone. He takes. It's 1-1. Burgess looking to make it a multi-hit game. He drove in the first run of the game for the Revs in the bottom of the 4th.
Go, Burg.
Mike's been hot lately. A walk-off 2-run homer in Game 1 of the series against Somerset. That really set the tone for that series. Revs swept a doubleheader the next day. 1-1 to Mike, low and away. It's 2-1. Burgess hitting .246 against left-handed pitching coming in. He has a hit off Grissett so far. That's 15 hits and 58 bats for Burgess against Southpaws. Hitting .333 over his last 10. He takes low and away. It scoots through the 5-hole of Whistler, but he recovers in time to keep the runners where they are. Cuevas at second, Dent at first. One down in the inning. Revs trail 9-3, bottom 5. Burgess over his last 10. He's the only Rev to play in each of their last 10 games. He's 13 for 39, 7 runs scored, a homer and 5 driven in, hitting .400 over his last 5. He's 8 for 20 in that stretch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Grissett bending at the knees, taking the sign from Norris. The 3-1 pitch, Burgess flips it in the air, foul out of play, and the count runs full.
I think a big part of it for him lately, I mean, whether he's seeing the ball better or just not pressing as much or both, he's been a lot more selective within the strike zone, hasn't chased quite as much, especially against lefties. That one down a little bit, but it was in the strike zone, and they haven't gotten him to chase bad balls as much as they were early in the year when maybe he was trying to go out and get it and make something happen.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Burgess, 1 out, runners at first and second. Full count pitch, fouled to the backstop, up and in on Burgess there, in on his hands, but he was able to get a piece. Well, Mike has 9 homers this year for the Revs to lead the team. He's in the top 5 in the Atlantic League. Tie for 4th in the home run department. One of the guys he's tied with is Anthony Jansanti of the Skeeters, not playing tonight. Burgess calls for time, stepping out.
Now, he was a terror against Lancaster this past week. So many of those big hits were his. Jansanti, that is.
3-2 coming once more to Burgess. Revs down 6 in the inning. There's the pitch low, and the Revs will have the bases loaded with 1 out. Darryl, did you see Burgess just kind of hop away looking disgusted that he didn't get a pitch to hit right there?
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted to mash.
Yeah, and who could blame him? I mean, I would too if I had his pop. I can't believe the way that the ball comes off his bat. I know we've talked about it a ton, but during BP, when you get to see him up close, he is just an animal. Tonight it's been either a walk or a grounder for Grissett, and that last walk will be his final one.
Well, no, his final walk will be to the dugout right here, but he leaves with the lead, but he cannot win this game. He has not completed the 5th inning. He leaves after just 4 1/3. New pitcher coming in. We'll take a break here on the broadcast and tell you more about it when we come back. 9-3 Skeeters, bottom 5, but the Revs are threatening.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland and go online to FuscoProBaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Moving right along here in York, Pennsylvania. Well, not really, but we're moving. Bottom of the 5th inning, 9-3 lead for Sugar Land in Game 1 of this 3-game series. New pitcher into the game for the Skeeters, right-hander Alex Wimmers, just recently signed by the Skeeters a few days ago. He inherits bases loaded and Luis Cruz at the plate. As Cruz takes high, it's 1-0. Ben Grissett, the starter for the Skeeters, lasted just 4 1/3. He gave up 6 hits. 3 runs, but he's responsible for all 3 on base. It's Cuevas at third, Dent at second, and Burgess at first. Cruz at the dish, has an RBI single tonight. Now it's 2-0 on Luis. Wimmers misses outside. Wimmers was just signed on June 29th. Got to believe that was a move once Casey Coleman's contract was picked up by the Cubs. So he got to pop bottles with the Skeeters, and he was there for less than a week. And the 2-0 pitch. Cruz swings and sends one over to first base. Backhand play by Cordero at first. He flips to second, recovering to get Burgess at second, but the Revs bring in a run. And Jose Cuevas is the 4th run of the night for the Revs. It's now a 9-4 game.
Now, what a recovery. That thing, when he went to backhand, it rolled almost at the same speed as Burgess in front of him running. I mean, Burgess and the ball were neck and neck on their way to second base. Cordero had one chance to pick it back up cleanly and make a throw. He didn't panic. He made the play.
An RBI fielder's choice for Cruz's 2nd RBI of the night. Here's Travis Witherspoon. Runners at the corners and 2 down. He takes a slider for a strike. It's 0-1. That could have been a lot more for the Revs right there. Surprised to see Cruz swinging 2-0, Darryl?
Not real. Bases loaded, trying to put a dent in the deficit. He had at least seen a couple pitches from the new guy.
0-1 to Spoon, chop foul. Spoon, the 6th man to hit in the inning. The Revs have already left the bases loaded 1 time. They did so last inning. They've left at least 1 on in every inning so far. They've stranded 6 in the game. I'm hoping they don't get it to 9. Skeeters lead at 9-4, bottom 5.
That was the 6th fielder's choice, Michael.
Wow. 0-2 pitch to Spoon, fastball high and away. It's got to be the most we've seen in a game this year.
Should we go back and...
No, we should not.
I'm going to say yes, that would be the most.
At least through 5 innings.
Oh, yeah.
1-2 on Spoon. His pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball low in the zone. Wimmers comes out of the pen. He lets one inherited runner to score, but he strands the other 2. And after 5 full innings, it's 9-4 Skeeters. The Revs do get a run, but they still trail by 5. We'll go to the top of the 6th next. Stick with us.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and a bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Junior Rincon into the game for the Revs in the top of inning number 6. Michael Marcantonini alongside Darryl Henry. It's the Skeeters 9 and the Revs 4. It's been pretty much all Sugarland tonight. They've led the whole way. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 more in the 5th. Revs got 3 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th, but they stranded 5 runners over the last 2 innings combined. As Rincon is set to take over, he'll face Courtney Hawkins, Albert Cordero, and Dennis Phipps. 4-5-6 for the Skeeters. Hawkins and his league-high 12 homers will step to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Hit by a pitch and a run scored in the first. Struck out swinging in the second. Singled the left in the 5th. So Seahawk up for the 4th time tonight. Already the 4th time through the Skeeters order when we're only in the 6th inning. Skeeters have 9 runs in this one. They scored 13 the last game they were here on June 24th. Rincon's first pitch is sent in the air to left center field. High but not too deep. Travis Witherspoon ranges over in the gap. He makes the grab. And on one pitch, Courtney Hawkins is retired. An F8 in the scorebook there. Good start to Rincon's night on the mound. He's the 4th pitcher of the game for the Revs. Dominic Severino, their starter, lasted just 3 innings. Now the left-handed hitting Albert Cordero steps to the dish. First pitch to him is a fastball that misses in. Cordero actually a switch hitter, but he's batted right exclusively tonight with the Revs using 4 right-handers on the hill. 1-0 the count, 1 out, no one on. And the pitch, hot shot out to second, but it stays low to the ground. Casilla knocks it down using his chest to keep it in front. Throws to Burgess at the bag, 2 outs for Rincon here in the 6th.
They've been pretty aggressive against Rincon. I remember in the last series they were here, he got the save the one night. And they had 3, basically power hitters that swung for the fences and hit it deep, and all 3 were caught.
2 down and no one on for Dennis Phipps. Sugar Land still leading by 5. It's 9-4 in the top of inning number 6. Pitch from Rincon, slider high. It's 1-0. The Revs haven't retired Phipps tonight. Hit by a pitch, a double, and an RBI single. The 1-0 pitch. There's a curveball that drops in. It's at 78 miles an hour. A little bit slower than most guys are used to seeing, but it's over 1-1. Well, Phipps has been a pesky Skeeter tonight. 1-1, gassed there on the fastball. 94 out of the hand from Rincon. You want to go try hit a 78 mile an hour curveball than a 94 mile an hour heater?
I would not, Michael.
At the knees too, right there. That is something. 1-2 the count with 2 down and no one on. Pitch from Rincon, curveball low in the zone. No chance for Dennis Phipps. 79 on the 12-6 from Rincon. He has a 1-2-3 6th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Revs down 5, but we'll see what they can do at the plate. It's the Skeeters 9 and the Revs 4.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Home half of the 6th, 9-4 lead for the Skeeters over the Revs as Jared Mitchell leads off against Alex Wimmers, who's back out for a full inning of work. Mitchell, Casilla, Dotel, top 3 in the order for the Revs. There's a fastball that misses high. It's 1-0. Well, Wimmers got the final 2 outs of the 5th, allowed 1 inherited runner to score. 1-0 to Mitchell. It's low and in. 2-0 the count. Did you see that firework go up in left center? Is that what you were laughing at?
It's like the Sandlot. We're playing with the fireworks going off.
2-0 to Mitchell. Fastball high and away. It's 3-0. Well, it's going to be Sandlot night here. What, on Thursday, is it?
Perfect, yep.
It's going to be a good time. I mean, that's one you circle your calendars for. So if you're listening at home, circle your calendars for Sandlot night this Thursday, July 5th. Mitchell takes a strike on 3-0. It's 3-1.
Or if you're like you and you don't have a calendar, then what do you do?
I guess you just got to remember it. I write a lot of stuff down on my phone on the notepad. Time is called. Did they call time there because of that firework that was just shot off?
I think Mitchell called it, but I don't know if one of those distracted him. Maybe.
Can't imagine it's not distracting. Mitchell laces the 3-1 foul over toward the Revs bullpen. And it's 3-2. Everybody okay down there in the pen. And full count on Mitchell. The Revs have run a lot of full counts tonight. They've walked a handful of times. 3-2, and there's another walk. 39 on the season for Mitchell. The league leader in that category. He's now reached base safely his last 3 times up.
I don't know if anybody expected that number of walks coming into the year when he went into the leadoff spot initially, but that's something that's made him a great fit there, and you know that he's going to start hitting again and bringing that average up.
Here's Alexi Casilla from the left side. First pitch he sees is a fastball over for a strike. It's 0-1. James Pugliese getting loose down the right field line for the Revs. Revs have already used 4 relievers, 4 pitchers total in this game. 0-1 pitch to Alexi. Pitch down. It's 1-1. Revs got 3 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, but they trail by 5. It's a 9-4 Sugar Land lead. First time for Alexi batting from the left side tonight. He has a man on. It's Mitchell. He sends this one in the air, right field, foul territory, hooking out of play. Phipps in right field doesn't see it. He had no idea where that thing was. And lucky for him, it was way in the seats. Revs have 6 hits in the game, but 4 of their hits are infield hits. Casilla with 2 strikes on him, count 1-2, short lead for Mitchell at first, no outs in the inning. And the pitch, Alexi takes low and in, 2 balls and 1 strike. The Skeeters hoping to keep their 9-4 lead after 6. Wimmer's set on the mound to move over to first. Mitchell was leaning, but he dives back safely. Mitchell has 13 stolen bases on the season. He's 3rd in Revs history with 63. His teammate Travis Witherspoon's in 4th with 61. Revs looking to do some damage here with the leadoff man on in the 6th. Casilla sends this one into the left center field gap, but coming on to make the grab is Barrett Barnes. He had him shaded toward left center. He races in to catch that one off the bat of Casilla. Second time Casilla's lined out to a fielder that's playing him in. 1 down in the inning.
Yeah, their positioning on him has been perfect tonight. Slightly the other way and in there. By the way, looking toward the distance, looks a little dark. There is some disturbance to the south and east, but we are supposed to be okay here.
1 down and a man on first. Here's Dotel. First pitch outside, 1-0. Dotel, another Revs All-Star, one of 4 going to the game, which will be played on July 10th, is it, in Long Island? Have it here somewhere.
Around then.
Yeah. Yeah. July 11th at Long Island, Wednesday of next week.
You were just thinking about the gala.
Of course. More fireworks in the distance. 1-0 the count on Dotel. He tried to check his swing but couldn't. James Clayton, the home plate umpire, will say he went around. 1-1 the count with 1 down in the inning. Dotel, maybe the Revs' most deserving All-Star. He's been excellent this year. He has a hit tonight. That's the 39th game this year with the Revs that he has a hit. And he's only played in, I believe this is number 49 maybe. The numbers are somewhere.
They all run together.
This is his 40th game with a hit in 49 games with the Revs. He lines this one out to deep right center field, giving chase is Barnes. He won't get there. It 2 hops the base of the wall. Coming around to score all the way from first is Jared Mitchell. Dotel's digging for 3. No relay throw. It's a stand-up RBI triple for Wellington Dotel. The man just continues to hit. And the Revs push another one across. It's now 9-5 here in the 6th. He's an all-star for a reason, Darryl.
No doubt. One of the premier hitters, pure hitters in this league. Revs are thrilled to have him, and don't give up on this game yet. The Revs, a hot offense of late. Sugar Land already has clinched, and don't know if they'll go to their hired guns with a lead late in the game or try some other guys, but long way to go in this one. Don't give up on it yet.
One out and Dotel at third for Melky Mesa. Infield stays back for Sugar Land. Mesa swings at the first pitch and sends it into left field for a base hit. An RBI single for Melky Mesa. A firework was shot off just as that ball got into the outfield. And it's now a 9-6 game. So the Revs are far from done. And that was queued up perfectly there for the base hit from Mesa.
Keep shooting them off. We like pyro. I mean, that was so close. It looks like it's being shot from small field, which is where the outside the park shows used to take place. That was right over left field.
I hope our boy Joe Dahl got a picture of that. As Cuevas, the next batter, takes a ball outside. Cuevas, the 5th man to hit in the inning. There's still just one out. Mesa picks up the RBI single. He now has 25 RBI on the year. That .341 batting average is only going up. There's another firework, and now time is called. At the same time, a ball from the Revs bullpen goes onto the field.
This is a new one tonight.
We got everything going all right. We got everything under control. We'll move to first. Back standing is Mesa. It's a 9-6 Skeeters lead. The Revs have added 2 more in the bottom of the 6th. All 6 of their runs have come in the middle innings. 8 hits in the game for the Revs, 10 for the Skeeters. I guess you can call it a slugfest, although there's only been 1 homer. Cuevas swings through a fastball in the outer half. It's 1-1. The Skeeters have not trailed in this game, but the Revs continue to battle back. Not quitting when they're down. Dotel an RBI triple in the inning, then a Mesa RBI single. Now move to first, Mesa diving back. Five different Revs have at least 1 RBI tonight. Cuevas ready to hit. Open stance for the Revs' third baseman. And the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses off the plate, and Alex Wimmers continues to struggle here in the inning. He got the final 2 outs of the 5th, but the 6th has been a struggle for him. Again, just signed a couple days ago on June 29th. Started the year at AAA New Orleans in the Marlins system, and a .982 ERA in 4 appearances there. 2-1 pitch, Cuevas takes low, it's 3-1. Wimmers was in the major leagues in 2017 with the Minnesota Twins. Made 6 relief outings for the Twinkies. His MLB debut came on August 26, 2016 with the Twins. His fireworks continue to be shot off over the left field wall, beyond the stadium. 3-1 the count on Cuevas, man on first, 1 out. Make it 2-on, ball 4 to Jose, a 5-pitch walk. The Revs have yet another base runner, and yet another base runner via the free pass.
By the way, the biggest comeback in team history, 7, 3 times. Most recently, August of 2016 here at home against New Britain. Tonight they were down 6, but right back in it.
6 is also the number of times the Revs have walked tonight. 6 walks, 4 infield hits. Been a strange game offensively for the Revs, but they've pushed across 6 runs. Corey Domel, the pitching coach of the Skeeters, out for a discussion with his entire infield and Wimmers on the mound. Wimmers pitched collegiately at Ohio State, so there's an issue there already. Wonder how he liked pitching up in State College at Medlar Field. You ever been there, Daryl?
Just outside of it. Seen it.
Well,
looks beautiful.
Well, Medlar's a great park. Scenic view.
You call games in there?
Yeah. My junior and senior years at Penn State, a good time in that broadcast booth. Wimmer stays in the game. 1 out, 2 men on. Mesa at second, Cuevas at first. Here's Ryan Dent. He's the tying run. Breaking ball misses high. Well, Dent's come up big with extra base hits, RBIs in games this season. Hit a go-ahead 3-run homer on opening night in the 4th inning against the Barnstormers. That was eventually the game-winning homer. 1-0 to Dent. Slider misses way outside. It's 2-0, and right now Wimmers just does not have the feel for the strike zone. Would you say his command is Wimmering away? You could say it.
You could. Yeah. You could say that.
Well, a 2-0 coming up here to Dent, and the pitch. Fastball popped up foul out of play right side. Dent hitting .263 with 7 homers and 26 RBI coming in. He was 5 for 10 with a double, 2 RBI, and 2 runs scored in the series against Somerset. Had a 3-hit game in that series. 2-1 pitch coming up to the shortstop. Here it is. Fastball misses low. It's 3-1. Dent went 5 for 7 in the doubleheader against Somerset on Saturday. A 2-hit game and a 3-hit game. Drove in 2 runs and scored 2 in that doubleheader. He and Travis Witherspoon each had 5 hits in the twin bill. The 3-1 pitch to Dent, fastball that he swings through, and the count goes full. Big swing there from Ryan. Well, he's wondering, where are my fireworks in left center?
Yeah, they've stopped all of a sudden. Let's go.
Bottom of the 6th, 9-6 lead for Sugar Land. Full count to the batter Dent with 1 out and runners at first and second. Wimmers looks at second. Now the 3-2 pitch. Low. Oh, no way. Dent's rung up by James Clayton on a ball that was low and outside, a few inches off the plate for sure. No way. I don't know about that one, Daryl.
I'll have to adjust the rabbit ears on this TV to try to see the replay. Yeah, my first thought was down and away. When you have a guy struggling to locate, you hope you can get him into a spot where he's just trying to get one over and you can mash it, take advantage of those struggles.
An inning-changing strikeout right there. It would have been bases loaded, 1 out for Burgess. Instead, it's first and second with 2 outs. First pitch to Big Mike. Takes, that one's either low or inside right there. 1-0.
Seemed about the same.
I don't disagree. Here's the team leader in homers. He could tie it up with 1 swing. 9-6 lead for Sugar Land. The 1-0 pitch, big cut there from Mike. No success, however, as he swings through it. 1-1. Well, I say big cut, but pretty much every swing from Burgess is a big cut. Strong guy, effortless with his swing at the dish.
It is. I wonder what the bat speed would be calculated at.
It's pretty quick, no doubt. 1-1 the count on Burgess. 2 outs, bottom 6. Revs already have 2 runs in the inning. Skeeters up 3. Tying run at the plate. The 1-1 to Burgess. Swing and a miss. Fastball high in the zone. Wimmers challenged him, and he won that pitch.
Wonder if he goes up there again.
Wimmers 6'2", 215. 9 years of professional baseball experience. Mention his time in the majors. Now here in the Atlantic League with the Skeeters. He's gone upstairs previous 2 pitches. Burgess has swung through both. 1-2 the count, 2 on, 2 outs. And the pitch. Slider low and away. It gets away from the catcher, Whistler. It goes all the way behind the on-deck circle of the Skeeters. Both runners move up 90 feet. They'll score that a wild pitch. We've seen plenty of those tonight. So now with runners at second and third and 2 outs, Burgess faced with a 2-2 count. 9-6 lead for Sugar Land. Can feel the drama building, Daryl.
Yeah. The air is thick.
Hot night. The ball could fly tonight. We'll see if Burgess can get one elevated. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, change up low and away. He does not. Wimmers comes back with a pitch. He gets the strikeout of Burgess. 4th strikeout of the night for Skeeters pitchers. And after 6 full, the Revs trail, but they trail by only 3. It's 9-6 Sugar Land. The Revs get 2 in the inning. They leave 2 on, but they're right back in this thing. We'll go to the top of the 7th next. Daryl taking back over on the play-by-play.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sauble's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
The 7th inning, 9-6, Sugar Land in front. Right-hander James Pugliese, the new pitcher for the Revs. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for Sugar Land. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for York. I just felt a little breeze come in the booth. I don't know what to do. As Alvaro Rondon leads things off, first pitch is just outside. Now, I know we said that to the south and the east there is some pretty heavy rain and I guess thunderstorms. The 1-0. And a swing and a floater over short. That's going to land in shallow left. Rondon fists it the other way. Leadoff base hit. And the Skeeters with their 11th hit of the night, his second. The Phillies and Orioles tonight opened in a delay in Philadelphia. Some pretty nasty stuff there. But I don't think there's anything that's threatening us tonight from looking at the radar and the hour by hour and all of that. Maybe some pop-ups to the east and south, but should be good here. Here's Javier Betancourt, who's 1 for 3, RBI double. First pitch misses outside from Pugliese. 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Skeeters, 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for York. Back-to-back games for Pugliese. Of course, the off day yesterday, but worked a scoreless 9th on Sunday against Somerset. Pitch, it is swung on, fouled away down the right field side. Speaking of Somerset, they could clinch a first-half title tonight, and they're trying. They're up 6-1 at Southern Maryland in the bottom of the 9th inning on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. And if they finish that up, I don't know if they'll hang in the clubhouse and watch. The pitch is down and away, 2-1. But they would need New Britain to lose. New Britain currently leads Long Island 7-6. That game is only in the 7th. And if the Patriots do clinch tonight, it likely would not be on the field. It would be after they're done. Here's an excuse me half swing, and Betancourt fights a foul ball back right in near his knuckles. And it is a 2-2 count. Do you see some, I guess, moths hovering, or I don't know. Wind has shifted a little bit toward left. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed. Cruz trying to get the grip to make a throw. It slipped out of the hand. It's a strikeout and a stolen base. Change up from Pugliese gets Betancourt swinging. Rondon steals his 14th bag of the season on it. Has the most on the Skeeters. One down. Here is Josh Whistler. And their catcher tonight is flied out, grounded out, and walked. One other game tonight, Lancaster beat the Road Warriors 4-3. Pugliese to the belt. First pitch, it is up high. Fourth reliever used by the Revs tonight. Severino went 3. Charged with 5 runs, 4 earned in his first start back. Van Meter an inning and a third. 1-2-3 fourth, but ran into trouble in the 5th. Here's the ball down and in, 2-0. Watts 2/3, Rincon an inning, and now it's Pugliese. I know Lancaster has a doubleheader in that series against the Road Warriors. It's got to be tough coming back. It's the 2-0, and there's a fastball painted for a strike. They were in what amounted to a playoff series, got smoked, and they come home dejected, and they have to play a doubleheader against the Road Warriors. It's the 2-1, swing and a miss, fastball on the outside corner as a firework booms in the distance, 2-2. I think the doubleheader is supposed to be tonight. Only see one game on the scoreboard at the moment. Yeah, it is. They're going to start it in about 10 minutes.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Pitch is right down the middle. Strike 3 called. 90 from Pugliese. And he's got back-to-back strikeouts, 2 down.
It's a good pitch there from James going inside, freezing him at the dish. Guy who's struggled to get the leadoff batter out this year. He's only gotten the leadoff man against him out once. But comes back there and makes a good pitch.
By the way, Lancaster did win 4-3 in game 1 of that doubleheader in 9 innings after the Road Warriors tied it in the 7th, forcing extras. Here's Barrett Barnes at the top of the order. Pugliese the pitch. It is a cutter for a strike, or a slider actually. He's got fastball, slider, changeup. Barnes 1 for 2. Single, 2 walks, a steal, and 2 runs. It's 9-6 Sugarland in the 7th. Pitch is up high, 1-1. And the flag is now blowing hard right to left. As Casilla lunges towards second, trying to keep Rondon honest on his lead. The 1-1. And a chopper right side toward the hole. It's going to get through. Rondon around third. Mitchell has to charge way in to get to it. And no chance to throw at that point. So here in the 7th inning, a bloop base hit. And now a chopper beaten right into the ground, but finds a hole. Those are the 2 hits this inning, and it adds an insurance run for Sugarland. It's now 10-6.
Well, that's Whistler's first professional hit. Oh, that was Barnes. All right, well.
I'm sure it's coming for him at some point.
I missed it when I pulled out my laptop.
Runner goes. First pitch is a strike on Walsh. Throw to second. Money from Cruz. Right on the bullseye as Dent tags Barnes in the arm. Cruz hoses him. But the Skeeters had a run on 2 hits. Nobody left. Stretch time here at the bank. It's Sugarland 10, York 6.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Neighbors not so neighborly anymore? Sick of the size of your current home? Is renting feeling like a relentless waste of money? Agent Adam knows the feeling. With a 100% contract-to-close track record, Agent Adam and Housebroker Realty will sell your home quickly and help you buyers explore new home ownership with confidence. Go to agentadamsells.com or call 717-757-9999 and ask for Agent Adam personally. That's agentadamsells.com or 717-757-9999.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
At the bottom of the 7th inning, now a 10-6 Sugarland lead. Submarine righty Ben Rowan is the new pitcher for Sugarland. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. As Luis Cruz will lead things off, Revs will try to keep coming back. But a couple of big innings from the Skeeters. The first pitch from Rowan, the knuckle scraper against the dirt as he delivers a strike to Cruz. Luis tonight 1 for 3, 2 ribbies, 1 on a single, 1 on a fielder's choice. And Rowan is set. Here's the 0-1 and a swing and a dribbler to short. Rondon charging to his left, cuts it off, and on the run he'll toss it across to first. Yet another ground out here tonight. And there's one down in the 7th inning. We'll bring up Travis Witherspoon, who's hitless in 3 at-bats. Skeeters 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Revs with 3 in the 4th to cut it to 5-3, but then Sugarland, their second 4-run inning of the night in the 5th, went up 9-3. First pitch to Spoon, he swings and misses on that submarine delivery. The Revs down 9-3, got a run in the 5th, 2 in the 6th to get to 9-6, so the tying run at the plate. Wimmers struck out the final 2 though. Pitch is chopped toward the middle at second. It's Walsh cutting it off balance throw in the dirt, and Cordero can't pick it. Witherspoon is safe. It'll be an infield hit for him, and he is in the hit column tonight. Right up the middle, and Walsh did have him shaded to pull, so he had a chance to get to it. He reached to the backhand, got a high hop to cut it off, but running away from first, couldn't get the throw there on the fly. And Cordero unable to pick the 1-out infield hit. Now we go to the top of the order, and Jared Mitchell, 9th hit of the night for the Revs, and their 5th in the infield. There's Mitchell, who's got one of those. He's 1 for 2, 2 walks and a run. 10-6 the score. Sugarland, as we were recapping the scoring, they got that 10th run in the top half of the inning for insurance. As Mitchell will ask for the LEDs to be dimmed. A little bit more of an issue when it's a submariner on the mound from that angle. So they fade to dark. And first pitch, he swings, fouls it away, left side. Rowan coming in tonight, 2-0 in 12 outings, an ERA of 3. 12 innings, 4 runs. Revs faced him a couple of times, the most recent series. And he got a win against them, gave up 2 runs in another game. 0-1. And it's a called strike in on Mitchell. No balls, 2 strikes on him. Ira next door told me it's hotter here than it is in Texas.
Really?
He did.
Well, that's when you know it's a problem.
There's a ball low, 1-2. He said the fact that there's no breeze, and there is right now, but earlier there was not. Yes, Ira is our gauge. And when thermometer Ira says it's hot, it is not good, as Rowan throws over to first. We have a Sugarland trip in late July, which should be very pleasant. There's the stretch, Rowan with the 1-2, and a swing and a miss with fireworks blasting. A slider gets Mitchell on strikes, 2 down. This is one of the weirdest atmospheres tonight.
Yep. Weird game too. Just it's been back and forth, but Sugarland's led the whole way, so not your traditional back and forth, but the scoring has been that way.
Now Alexi, he's 0 for 3, but he's got 2 hard-hit lineouts in the outfield. Well, does have an RBI on a bases-loaded walk back in the 4th. Pitch from Rowan. He bunts, trying to bunt his way on, but fouls it to the left of home plate. Revs Baseball brought to you in part by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the Revs. Get the earlier game tomorrow, 5 p.m. We'll be on at 4:40, July 4 York, presented by York Traditions Bank. All set. Here is the 0-1 and a backdoor hook called strike. We'll have the human shot out of the cannon, the human cannonball tomorrow beforehand. Let's hope he makes it. Fireworks after. Time asked for as Alexi backs out. And those that have a ticket to the game tomorrow, you are guaranteed your seat for the post-game fireworks. Otherwise, gates reopen and folks can come in after the game. Pitch is lined right at second, right at Colin Walsh. He grabs it, and Casilla lines out hard for the 3rd time tonight. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Hit it right at him. We'll go to the 8th. Still Sugarland 10, York 6.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Start the eighth. Pugliese stays in. First pitch to Colin Walsh is a changeup for a strike. This is our K-man tonight. 10-6 Sugarland leads. Runners would like to see you. There's the 0-1. And it's beaten foul against the plate. Skips to the first base side. And our bat boy tonight, sporting the batting gloves, picks up that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is up high. 1-2. Walsh tonight 0 for 4. 2-3-4 due up. There's the 1-2, and that misses inside. He yanked that changeup. Skeeters got a run off Pugliese last inning on a bloop hit and a seeing eye hit. He struck out 2 though. He winds, he fires. And it's fouled off against the net. Walsh tardy on 89, but he's in protect mode. Here's the wind, the 2-2 again. Strike 3 called. Moz sticks. You can fry him up. Walsh is down looking, 1 out here in the 8th. Pugliese has his 3rd strikeout since coming in.
Well, Pugliese looks good tonight, and Mott sticks for everybody. Can't beat that.
He looks good. Those sound good.
You know the saying, you can't beat it with a stick. You can beat it with a Mott stick.
There's Derek Norris as he takes a slider for a strike. Pugliese, that hat just won't stay on his head as he picks it up off the dirt. Now ready, he winds, fires, change up, down and away, just missed. Derek Norris 3 for 4, RBI, 2 runs. Now he's been hot. It's up to 268 now. The 1-1. And he swings, fouls it back upstairs. Art told us that he is seeing a lot of lightning to the south, but some of the boroughs near the Susquehanna, I think, have been pelted tonight.
Weatherman Art.
He does it all. Here's a slider that just missed. And guess where Pugliese's hat is again?
Not on his head.
He's in the land. I think
not well on his head.
He's got a landing spot, and his hat has a landing spot on the mound. Here's the 2-2. Slider down and away. And he had it on the side of his head there, like Sam Gervasio.
Looking like Fernando Rodney out there.
Yes.
Well, he chooses to do that. Somebody in our preseason headshots had their hat tilted. I gotta go back. Oh, I know who it is.
Pitch is a called 3rd strike. Pugliese paints on the outside edge. 91 there, and it's his 4th strikeout. 2 down in the 8th.
Well, James brought the strikeout pitches tonight. He's looked really good on the mound, getting some extended work. That's good to see from one of the young guys in this pen. But it was Josh Kimborowicz that had the hat tilted.
That's right. On Puglise's case, the hat chooses to be sideways. He doesn't choose it. Here's Courtney Hawkins as it ends up on the ground. It's a called strike on a slider. I think it hit the dirt before the pitch hit Cruz's mitt.
I mean, could it be that it's just his motion that violently rips it off his head?
There's the 0-1 and a fastball, called strike 2.
Because you see how when he comes to the plate, he gets low and kind of really jerks his head.
That doesn't help. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a foul tip, squeezed. He strikes out the side in the 8th inning. Upstairs at 91, and he fans Courtney Hawkins, strikes out the side in order, and he's got 5 in 2 innings of relief tonight. The only other out was a caught stealing from Luis Cruz, or maybe he'd have 6 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 10-6 Sugarland.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I'm spending that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your ship together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
If you are facing retirement decisions, Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group can develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, we will guide you on Social Security benefits, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, pension choices, and distribution options. We can explain employer benefit plans and retirement systems such as PESERS and TIACREF. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great tasting family tradition.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Out of the bottom of the 8th inning, Wellington Dotel leads off, chops one up the middle, and a base hit. Dotel with his 3rd hit of the night. Seeing eye right up the box on the first pitch from lefty Dan Runzler, who takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And we'll see if the Revs have one last push in them tonight, down 10-6. That is their 10th hit. And Melky Mesa to the plate. That is 5 of the last 6 games, double digits in hits. Breeze is cooling things a bit, right to left. Here's Mesa. He lays off a ball, tailing hard away from the lefty Runzler, who is one of their trusted veteran late inning go-to guys. Mesa tonight 1 for 3, RBI single and a walk. There's the 1-0. And that just missed away. So Mesa with a 2-0 count to work on. Runzler, 2 scoreless outings here against the Revs in the recent meeting. On the stretch, the 2-0. And a swing and a miss. Mesa trying to jack. He didn't get cheated on that swing. Runzler overall 2-1, 4.64 ERA in 26 outings. He had been with Sugarland in a previous stint where he was about untouchable. Pretty modest numbers from his standards this year. The 2-1, swing and a miss. He doesn't have modest stuff. That was 93 and tailing away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runzler was with Sugarland in 2016 and had an ERA under 2. 2-2 pitch. And a foul upstairs, first base side. It bangs the window in the very end skybox and comes down into the seats. What Runzler did 2 years ago got him signed by the Pirates. He was at AAA most of last year, 3.05 ERA for Indianapolis. He deals. And a liner the other way, base hit, Melky Mesa. Dotel up to second. Revs have their first 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Mesa with his second hit of the night. And he stayed on that one to the opposite field and hit it hard.
Tell you what, this team just won't quit. And between Dotel and Mesa in the middle of this lineup, they've been excellent tonight. Dotel 3 hits, Mesa has been on base 3 times now with 2 hits. Everything's hit hard too.
I put that 3-4 up against anybody.
Sure.
Here's Cuevas, who is 0 for 2, but he's got 2 walks and 2 runs. Runzler did get called up last year, 4 innings in the big leagues with Pittsburgh. First pitch fastball is over for a strike at 94. It was a 9th round pick of the Giants back in 07. Out of UC Riverside. Look back, now the 0-1. And a fastball, strike 2 called, 94 again. Down in the zone on Cuevas. Mariners drafted him in 06, but he stayed in school for 1 more year, went to the Giants in 07, got to the majors with them 2009 through 12. Teammate of Jonathan Sanchez. Here's a swing and a foul back to the roof. Cuevas got up to protect on that high fastball. Runzler and Sanchez both won World Series rings in 2010. Runzler did so again in 2012. 5 years in the majors, parts of 5 years for him. He deals. Breaking ball, flared toward the middle. Oh, laying out at second. Walsh, he makes a diving grab and a glove hand flip to the shortstop, Rondon. It is a rally-killing double play. And the lead runner, Dotel, took off for third. He thought for sure it was going into the outfield. He is doubled off. Mesa got back, or they could have had a chance at a triple play on a ball like that.
Oh, man. That's what it is, a rally killer. Of course, it's Jose Cuevas that hits it, too. He can't catch a break. Man.
Little humpback liner off the hands. Off the bat, I thought it was up the middle. Here's Dent. He swings and misses on a high, hard one. Obviously, Dotel did as well, but Colin Walsh laid out full stretch to the backhand. What a play. Here's the stretch, the 0-1, and that's up high. He could have gotten up to his feet and run it to second. He flipped it out of the glove from the dirt. Perhaps trying to be as quick as he could, not knowing if Mesa might have a chance to be tripled off, but he was on his way back. Pitch is a called strike on the outer part of the plate, 1-2 to Dent. Dent tonight 2 for 4, both infield hits. A run scored for him as well. Revs down 10-6 in the 8th. Runzler the stretch. The 1-2. It is off the plate away. Runzler in the big leagues, a 3.89 ERA, 97 career outings, 4-2 record. The lefty comes set, delivers, swing and a miss on a slider, backdoored. Dent had to go after it with 2 strikes. And it was indeed a rally-killing play made by Colin Walsh. Huge double play. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. It's on to the 9th tonight. Skeeters on top, 10-6.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Feeling sad or anxious all of the time? Do you wish life at home was less stressful? You've tried, but nothing seems to work. Presley Ridge is here to help. Our team of compassionate mental health professionals can help you get back in control of your life. Presley Ridge offers mental health services for all ages in York and Harrisburg. Make your appointment today. Call 717-845-6624 or visit us online at presleyridge.org/outpatient.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the ninth inning, 10-6.
I didn't realize you put my mic back on.
What was that?
That was a yawn.
Okay.
That was a very big yawn.
It is 10-6 Sugarland. Zach Treese takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts.
It's one of those nights.
It is.
It turned out to be a good game. You know, Revs haven't led at all or gotten the game tied, but they've been in it.
First pitch to Albert Cordero is inside for ball one. Now it's draining though. Hot. And the game is dragged. It's draining for the players a bit as well. Treese delivers, and it's beaten foul down against Cordero's foot. He does have protection on that front shin. He is 1 for 4. Grand slam in the first inning. Skeeters were up 4-0 in the first, 5-0 before the Revs were able to get anything across on Ben Grissett. The starter did not go 5 for Sugarland, so it'll be one of the relievers if they hang on. As this one is bounced back, leaping grab Treese. He's got it, tosses over to first, one down. A high chopper that nearly got over Zach Treese's outstretched glove, but a little hop was enough to bring it in. Nice play.
That's a great play by Zach, showing his athleticism on the mound.
There's no doubt that he is an athlete. He's a wakeboarder, a surfer, a snowboarder. Here's Phipps, and a swing and a miss. Big sweeping slider up top.
I'm sure he caught plenty of waves out in Australia.
Yeah, he said that growing up in Arkansas, he learned when he was like 16. The pitch to Phipps, it's a little high. In order to do it there, they had to take a boat out onto a lake and follow the boat and get some waves that way.
Arkansas to Australia.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1. And a slider clipped the outside corner. Good pitch.
I remember at the beginning of the season, I asked him for the roster, where should I put over where he lives now? And he told me just put Australia because he's been there the last 3 years playing winter ball.
Yeah, he's found a home there for sure, at least for a few months at a time. He deals, and a ground ball rolled toward the middle. Dennett short to his left. He gobbles it up, fires to first in time. Nicely done from Ryan Dennett short. 2 down here in the top of the 9th.
Smooth up the middle right there. He threw that pretty much from his back foot, kind of leaning back all the way up the middle. Show you how much of a cannon he has.
That'll bring up Alvaro Rondon, who's 2 for 4, 2-run single, 2 runs scored, stolen base as well. Some of those board sports that Treese enjoys, you've got to have balance and all of that, core strength. Here's a shot towards second, backhanded Casilla on a hop. He straightens up and guns it over to first. And a 1-2-3, top of the 9th inning for Zach Treese. 3 ground ball outs. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Revs tonight, trailing 10-6.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This Friday is First Friday in downtown York. Presented by Wellspan Health, First Friday is a monthly celebration of downtown restaurants, cultural venues, and nightlife hotspots. Enjoy live music, food trucks, kids' activities, and more from 5 to 9 p.m. Get to know York again or for the first time at downtownyorkpa.com.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a Kona Ice birthday party at People's Bank Park. Parties include a 2-hour feast, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey, a ceremonial first pitch, and a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays in the Kona Ice birthday zone during a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Revs, who trail 10-6. Skeeters have been a tough out for the Revs so far this season. York 2-4 against them coming in. Right-hander Austin Adams is the new pitcher. Of course, the Skeeters have been a tough out for everybody and now have the league's best record. They're trying to go to 40-21 with a win tonight. And they are having the second best half in team history. Michael Burgess Sr. will lead things off. Adams ready to go. Their best half was 47-23, 2013. The first pitch to Burgess is in for a strike. That was 2000. That was the first half that year. Burgess 1 for 3, RBI single in the 4th. So has a run and a walk tonight. The 0-1 and a slider wrinkles in for strike 2, or maybe a hard cutter. Adams 1-0, 146 ERA, 13 outings, 12 1/3 innings, just 2 runs allowed on only 7 hits, 3 walks, 14 Ks. He's been very good for them. He fires, and it's beaten foul against Burgess's foot. He goes hopping away on 1 foot, but he'll tap the bat against his cleats and shake it off. Wow.
Keep him coming.
Not done yet. Tomorrow night, Robert Carson against Matt Sergey. Thursday, we're back to 6:30. Jonathan Sanchez against James Russell. The Burgess, Cruz, and Witherspoon here in the 9th. And Adams sets and delivers. And a swing and a ground ball toward the middle. Walsh will backhand from second, throws off his right foot and gets Burgess by a step. He thought about planning to throw. Looked like he also thought about maybe getting in front of it, but he backhanded and threw on the run to get him. 1 down, and Luis Cruz up next. Cruz tonight 1 for 4, 2 driven in. And Adams ready. First pitch is a little low. Adams has been one of the go-to setup men for Felipe Paulino. He is their closer, has 17 saves. Pitch is sliced the other way, right field. That'll get in toward the line, and it checked back. Phipps has to slam the brakes to stay in front of it. As Cruz slices a base, hit into right, he's 2 for 5 on the night.
Cruz had himself a solid night tonight. He's looked good behind the plate, chucked out a runner. 2 knocks, 2 ribbies.
That way, Paulino's 17 saves lead the league. Here's Travis Witherspoon, who's 1 for 4. Infield hit back in the 7th inning. 1 on, 1 out. First pitch is high and tight. Revs need 2 more base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Adams' last 9 outings, dominant, 8 1/3 scoreless, just 2 hits. 1 walk, 11 Ks. Really on a roll. Pitch to Spoon is a little low with the cutter. 2-0. Adams was up in the majors with the Indians 2014, 15, and 16. Last year he was at AAA with the Angels at Salt Lake. Here's the stretch, the 2-0, and that's low and off the glove of Whistler. It rolls to the backstop. Cruz will move up. It'll be a pass ball, and the youngster takes away any game-ending double play possibility. 3-0 on Witherspoon. Now, we mentioned last time as Whistler meets with Adams briefly, his first major league strikeout was of Miguel Cabrera. Debuted against the White Sox, but his first strikeout was of Cabrera of the Tigers. He doesn't stink. Here's the 3-0, and that's in for a strike.
Pretty cool you get to say you rung up a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
2-time MVP, won a Triple Crown, couple batting titles. I think he might have 3.
Adams ready. Witherspoon awaits. 3-1. It's a called strike. Fastball at 95. Adams was once the number 10 prospect in the Indian system. 5th round pick in 09. Out of Faulkner University. One of the schools that Jay Goss attended. One of the few. 3-2. And he just got a piece. Chops at it. Stays alive. 96 down, but able to get a sliver of that ball. Faulkner U is in Montgomery, Alabama, NAIA school. And Jay Goss helped them reach the NAIA World Series while he was there. There's the stretch. Another 3-2 to Spoon. And he has the same result, just got a piece of it. Bouncing it down, foul at the plate. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Somerset has won 6-2 at Southern Maryland. Now they wait to see if Long Island comes back. They're in the 8th inning at New Britain. The Bees trying to avoid elimination. They lead the Ducks 7-6. But the magic number for Somerset is 1. The pitch, swing and a miss, and Adams wins the battle. Slider at 88. That's pretty filthy. 2 down here in the 9th.
Yeah, it's a nasty pitch right there. Slider away. Spoon put up a good fight there on that at-bat. Saw a bunch of pitches.
Jared Mitchell with Runner at second, 2 outs. Last hope for the Revs tonight, down 10-6. Each team with 12 hits. Revs have also reached on 7 walks, but they have stranded 12 base runners tonight. And Adams ready. First offering is swung on, chopped right side. Walsh at second, over to his left. Gloves, sidearms to first, in time to get him. And the Sugarland Skeeters, who just clinched on Sunday their first game as first half champs, they win the opener here in York tonight by a final score of 10-6. We will take a timeout. Post-game show is coming up next.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports. Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This hour on WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Quality you can see.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue